Αυτό που μου συμβαίνει φοβάμαι τόσο να το πω. Καρδιά μου πληγωμένη, ας είναι αλήθεια αυτό που ζω. Αγάπη να είναι αλήθινη, αιτία να είναι κι αφορμή. Σ' αυτά τα μάτια που κοιτώ, τον έρωτα να το δω. Αυτό που μου συμβαίνει φοβάμαι τόσο να το πω. Καρδιά μου πληγωμένη, ας είναι αλήθεια αυτό που ζω. Αγάπη να είναι αλήθινη, αιτία να είναι κι αφορμή. Σ' αυτά τα μάτια που κοιτώ, τον έρωτα να το δω. Αυτό που μου συμβαίνει φοβάμαι τόσο να το πω.
I don't understand. Can it refer to like when he comes back and then will die?
No.
Or
Because it says Jesus died when he was 33 years old. So no. Matt is in the past. He died. So why is Allah saying to him the following ayah? Stay away, Ya Muhammad, from idols.
You're supposed to be a follower of Jesus, and you're using words like that.
Well, it's not my words. It's not my words. It's the words of Allah. Are you embarrassed of Allah? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that you all have been waiting for. It's time! You're listening to the live broadcast of your friendly neighbor, stream doctor, and Christian polemicist. The warrior for Christ, an enemy of Allah and his messenger. This is your favorite YouTuber now. Speaking from cave, Hira. Rob Christian. Please fasten your seatbelts because we are back, baby. We are live, baby. Let's go. All right. Welcome, everybody. God bless you. Thank you for being here. What's up, baby? Yes, you heard it correctly. We're live. I hope that you can hear me. Okay, they can hear me on Discord. I think you can hear me also on YouTube. What's up? And of course, last but not least, on TikTok. Unfortunately, I am bananaed, code word, bananaed for at least 6 days, 6 more days on my main account. So that means people on TikTok who are watching, we have some homework to do. You need to invite everyone by using the arrow key, tapping that screen on TikTok, tap, 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 80 times and then stop and then start tapping all over again. And use the arrow key to invite your friends who are on your follower list, okay? So please invite people because this is my backup account. Yeah, what can we do? Muslims will try to false flag the live stream. And it's so easy to get you bananaed on TikTok. But it's no worries. Nobody can stop us. All right. Is everybody doing great? Sister Dragon Denier is in the house. What's up, dear sister? God bless you. Thank you for being here. My sound is okay, guys? Let me know if the sound is great. Juliet Abraham, how are you, dear sister? Today's topic is the Quran really from God? Sister Inda in the house. What's up, sister? We are blessed. Lydia in the house. Lydia Anello. What's up, sister? God bless you. Juliet Abraham. All of you, dear sisters and brothers, welcome. We are blessed. I think I didn't see you for a long time. That's true, right? Guys, pray for Sister Dragon Deniers and pray also for Sister Inda. They are sick or they are recovering slowly. Dear sisters in the Lord. And pray for all the warriors. Pray for all the Christians who need prayer. Pray for all the persecuted Christians, sick Christians. Keep them in your prayers, guys, please. Thank you. I will keep you in my prayers as well, dear sisters. And all the Christians are here listening and watching. Yes, you heard it correctly. We're live, guys. Not sure if I'm going to change the thumbnail, guys. Not sure. Because I had a dentist appointment, and I was thinking, what topic should I choose for today's live stream, man? Because I noticed I have a short window to go live again. And you know me, guys, whenever I can go live, I will go live. Because to be honest with you, I do not care. I, Rob Christian, I don't care about short video clips, tiny video clips of couple minutes, maybe a minute long. No, I care about my live shows because my live shows are doing the most damage, as you noticed, all right? My live shows are doing a lot of damage. So when I go live, I will go live ASAP that day, okay? So thank you for being here. Keep us in your prayers, guys. Please pray for our health. Pray for the ministry, that the ministry can grow faster and faster every day, every week, every year. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for your financial support on Patreon and PayPal, guys. We're still not full-time yet, but I am sure that the Lord will provide if it's His plan for us to go full-time and do a full-time ministry. But we're not there yet, guys. We're not there yet. Far from it, actually. But it's okay, guys. I know God gave us these set of skills. Even if we can't do this full-time every day, then we'll try. Whenever we can, we'll try to go live. To be with you guys and to try to plant seeds in the hearts of these victims, these Muslims. Okay? Our brothers and sisters in humanity. Do we have more admins? I'm not sure, guys. I hope I did not miss anyone's name. Unfortunately, the admins are not ready yet. The admins are not ready yet to restream the live stream on Discord. But I think eventually someone might join, maybe Brother Coptic or Original Kafir. Maybe someone can do it. But we'll see, guys. I want to also say hello to our friends on TikTok. Please, guys, brothers and sisters on TikTok, this is my backup account. Again, this is my backup account because my main account is bananaed for 6 more days. So invite, tap the screen, invite, because not many people know about this backup account. Tap, tap, tap. Welcome, guys. Welcome. God bless you. All right. Sub Ninja, yes, you are in time. We just started. Literally. We didn't even actually start yet. Okay, this is still the introduction. All right. Before we start, guys, we have, like I said, we have a Discord server for the people who still don't have a Discord. You can download the app for free. And then after creating an account, putting your credentials there, or whatever your email address, join the Discord server. You can find the link here on the screen as you see, but also in the description box under this live stream. Any video, any live show, if you look at the description box, you'll find my social media accounts, okay? You can find Patreon, you can find Discord, you can even find Twitter. I have also Twitter, x.com. That's what it's called these days. All of the social media accounts, right, are there in the description box. I sometimes, people ask me for sources and all that. Guys, please, there's something called Discord server. There's something called the description box. We have a chat where the admins will spam all the links, all the books that we are going to use. And also later, our sister Dragon Daenerys and brother Phil and maybe other admins will provide also the links one more time in the comment section, okay? And also the timestamp, we'll pin it up eventually. All right. Sister Dragon Daenerys, God bless you. Original Kafir is going to do it? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Original Kafir will restream eventually when he's ready. Okay, that's awesome. All right. Maybe your sister's safe. Maybe your sister can come up and she can answer my questions. Maybe your sister, okay? Who is the real man of the house, because clearly you're not man enough. You call yourself sword, safe, but you're not a man. You're not a man. Real man, come and debate me, okay? So I hope that there are going to be men who will join eventually. Guys, before we start, let us start with a prayer. I think slowly the Muslims are... Yeah, keep spamming it safe. Maybe it will help. Keep spamming it. Donkey. Yeah, Yafur, keep spamming it. Maybe it will help. What an idiot, man. Congratulations, man. Hey, there's Phil as well. Phil is here too. God bless you, my friend. These messenger boys, these lapdogs, they send their lapdogs because they are too scared to come here. How are you, Sister Lubyanka? I hope you're doing great. God bless you, Nelson. All of you, all of the people in the chat. Austin, what's up, Austin? Johnny, what's up? All of you guys, welcome. I can't mention all of your names. People on TikTok, welcome. Let us start with a prayer. Okay, let us first pray. Because without prayer, we won't receive blessing. And without blessing, we are nothing. We need the blessing of Christ. All right. So let's pray. Bismillah والابن والروح القدس إله واحد آمين. بشيماب وبرو روح قاديش حاد الله الشرير آمين. And that was in the Arabic and Aramaic. And in English, we always say, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, three persons, one God whom we worship, we pray. So let us pray. Father, Son, Holy Spirit, Father, Son, Father. All right. Lord, thank you for allowing us to gather today on this very live stream on 3 platforms at the same time, on TikTok, Discord, and YouTube, live on air to talk about the truth, nothing but the truth, Al-Haq, with our wonderful team of admins and our amazing audience and subscribers and supporters, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Bless this live stream. Allow it to become epic again. Bless the internet connection and everybody who's here listening and watching, Lord. Please, Lord, we need your blessings. Use us, Lord. Also keep our families, our loved ones, and children safe, O Lord. Bless them and protect them, Father. Lord Jesus Christ, Ya Yeshua al-Masih, Ya Yeshua al-Masih, Ya Rabna, Ya Mukhallasna, O Savior of mankind, O King of Kings, O Lord. Please, Lord, I pray to you, I beg you to cleanse all of us with your holy blood and fill us with your Holy Spirit. Lord, have mercy on us. We are sinners. Lord, we need you in our lives. Purify us and please guide this very live session. Lord, shine your holy light on all of us, including our Muslim friends, our brothers and sisters in humanity who might be in need and are seeking for the truth. We love them, Lord, because they are our brothers and sisters in humanity. How can we not love them? Please, Lord, open their eyes. Oh, risen Lord Jesus Christ, draw these Muslims to your feet so they might know you, the real you, not the fake Isa, because we don't know who Isa is. We know you as Arabic-speaking Christians, as Yeshua al-Masih. Everything we do is for your glory, O Son of God. You are the Father's heart. You are the love of the Spirit. O Christ, O King of Kings, fill me with your Holy Spirit. Bless my throat today and loosen my tongue today on this very live stream and guide me so I can speak the truth. Use us, Lord, so that we can speak the truth, nothing but the truth, without any error or any shame, O Lord. And Lord, give us wisdom and courage to do whatever needs to be done. In your holy name, your name above all names, O Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen. Amen. Welcome everybody. Speaking from Cave Hira. We are live. We're back, baby. Let's go. All right. Welcome everybody. Yes, you heard it correctly. We're live on 3 platforms simultaneously at the same time. Discord, YouTube, and TikTok. Present. Yeah, baby. I hope everybody's doing great. Welcome. Muslim, Christian, whatever you are, everyone here is welcome to watch. And I hope the Muslims who are listening already, I hope you can be open-minded for a second with me here. I know that you have been told that the Christians are kuffar. Do not listen to the Christians. But I'm an academic researcher. I don't really care about debating, to be honest with you guys. I am a researcher. I am an academic person. I take deep dives in the books, and when I find something, I will share it with you. And I will ask questions, because questions should be asked. Okay? I mean, if there's truth in your religion, Muslims, come up and convince us why Islam is such a truthful religion, right? Now, guys, I told you in the beginning, in the introduction of this live stream, I was thinking about changing the thumbnail and change the entire topic. So some people say, Rob, are you trying to lure us in? Are you playing taqiyya? No, I'm far from it. We are Christians, we are not allowed to lie, right? But what I did want to talk about is Why, Rob? Because David Wood, what was the other brother's name? Raymond? They talked about this for hours and hours. So why should I not talk about it? David Wood uploaded this video on his YouTube channel and it almost got 200,000 views. How many? 200,000 views. That's crazy.
Emotional damage.
200,000 views. That's crazy. This reminds me of one of my short videos that I did with Brother Al-Fadi that went viral as well. It has almost, or maybe already reached 2 million views. My video with Brother Al-Fadi from Sierra International, Glory to Christ, reached at least 1.5 million views. I think it's close to 2 million already. So that's amazing. So 200. I hope this video will reach more than 300,000 views at least. But Brother David Wood, because he's not an Arabic speaker, don't get me wrong, I love this dear brother. The GOAT himself, Dr. David Wood, your friendly philosopher and brother in Christ, Dr. David Wood. He doesn't know Arabic, and he can't go as deep as the jinns went deep in Muhammad's
Emotional damage.
So now I'm here and I'll present book after book and I will overwhelm you with an overwhelming amount of books. And I will teach you guys, I will teach you how to refute the objections from the Muslim side. If Muslims will try, if they want to try to refute this authentic hadith, I will explain to you in very clear language, and of course from the Islamic books. I will put the Arabic and I will put the translation so you can see how easy it is to refute the lies of the Muslims, these miserable, these embarrassed Muslims who can think that they can refute this story, the authentic story, the night, and it even has a name. It's called the Night of the Jinn. Now, Brother David Wood and Brother Raymond, his name is Raymond, right, guys? I never seen him before until David Wood started to talk about him. I think his name is Raymond Ibrahim or something, if I'm not mistaken. The brother here, look. This brother here on the left. So they did, first David Wood did a short video, and then they went live a couple days ago and they talked about it live. So they did, let's say, a review of the video, right? Yeah, okay, Raymond Ibrahim, that's the brother's name. Okay, God bless him. I think he's a Coptic Christian. So keep him in your prayers. The moment you mention this topic or even speak against Islam, your life is in danger. So pray for the safety of Brother David Wood and Brother Raymond Ibrahim. But I think, guys, that's my humble opinion. I will share my opinion first. I think they could have done a better job because, yes, they talked about it. They mentioned a lot of things, but they did not went into the details and to even explain how to refute the common objections. So I will set an example of this clown here on the right. He is the little sister here, this guy here on the right. It's the little sister of Farida Response, Gangu Taili himself. Okay, Sister Farida. You know Sister Farida, right, guys? That's the bigger sister. This is the little sister. This guy, I think he calls himself Deen Response. So Farid Response, and he even copied his name. Farid Response and Deen Response. Right? Deen Response. Right? So this is the kid here on the right, and he thinks he has the knowledge to refute Brother David Wood and Brother Raymond Ibrahim. So I will make an example out of him. And actually, guys, let me tell you, any Muslim, again, any Muslim who thinks that he can refute the story, the most authentic incident that truly happened in the life of Muhammad, that's that Muhammad was mounted by thousands and thousands of jinn. Okay? If you think you can refute it, if you touch it even if you touch it, as a Muslim, it's a career suicide. I'm not kidding. It's a career suicide. And you'll know when I'm done dealing with the topic, you'll understand why that is. Okay? Why you're going to destroy your career if you even dare to touch it. Because if I will debate any Muslim who is welcome, by the way, to come up. Is there any Muslim who wants to come up, by the way, on TikTok, on Discord? Anyone? The link is in the pinned up comment on top, all the way on top. Is there any Muslim? You can join Discord or you can come on TikTok as well. Okay, you can come join me on TikTok as a guest to debate me about this topic. All right, to debate me about this topic. Any Muslim? Any Muslim? No? Now, guys, this Deen Response, or whatever his name is, he's like his little or bigger sister, Farid Response. They don't debate. They only do respond videos. Respond videos. That's why they call themselves Deen Respond and Farid Respond. Why don't you call yourself Deen Debate or Farid Debates, something like that? You clowns, come up and debate us about it. Why are you so scared? Do you feel better than defending the honor of your prophet? You even put it here. He created this thumbnail. I actually even took it from him. He created this thumbnail and he says, protecting the prophet's honor. What do you mean by doing a respond video? What do you mean protect? Are you trying to protect the a-hole, the black hole that is sucking the entire universe now of your prophet when the jinns were done with him after mounting him all night long? I mean, we're talking, guys, for the Muslims who do not know, we're talking about thousands and more than that of jinn. Now, guys, I do believe, if you have seen the video of Brother David Wood, and you have seen also the live show that they did afterwards, together with Raymond, right? Brother David Wood, Raymond, and I think Brother Jai and his wife, Sister DOC, also were there to talk about it. All right? I hope that there's a Muslim who claims to have knowledge to come up and debate me, guys. I hope. So if there is a Muslim, come up. Okay? But what Muslims don't know is that there are multiple nights. There are multiple nights. Okay, first of all, multiple nights that are called the night of the jinn. So Muhammad used to go sometimes, was sometimes alone. Sometimes he used to take Abdullah ibn Mas'ud with him. So one of the objections, maybe you're already catching it, one of the objections is, well, how can someone narrate the story, like in this case, Abdullah bin Mas'ud, right? So, how can he narrate it if Muhammad was alone? So, guys, there are multiple stories. One of them, Muhammad was alone. In another incident, in another night, on a different night, Abdullah was together. Abdullah bin Mas'ud, okay, Abdullah bin Mas'ud or Ibn Mas'ud was with Muhammad, okay? So Deen doesn't know that because he is ignorant about this topic. This is why I say, if you're trying to object or try to defend your prophets, it's a career suicide. Because if you didn't study the topic carefully, and you're only going to parrot what you found on some website, okay, you're in trouble. I promise you that. You mess with the raw Christian, you're going to get cooked and I will end your career. Exactly. This topic, guys, is my specialty. And I don't believe that even CP has the amount of knowledge about this topic as I have. Okay, I'm not kidding, guys. God bless Brother CP, but he doesn't have the entire knowledge about this topic as I have. Most people just read the authentic hadith and that's it. But I can refute any Muslim about this topic. Okay, any Muslim who comes up and he thinks he has the courage and the knowledge to come and debate me about it, he's welcome. Any Muslim, TikTok, any Muslim on Discord, come up. Let's debate about it. Any Muslim? Any Muslim who wants to come and debate me about the ridden prophet incident? Any Muslim? Because Muhammad took it well during that night. Any Muslim? We have almost 200 people watching on YouTube. That's great. Try to invite more people, guys. Smash that like button. We have 31 people watching on TikTok. Tap the screen, tap, and use the arrow key, please, people on TikTok. Use the arrow key. Keep tapping the screen. Use the arrow key and invite people from your follow list, okay? Invite your friends, please. Tap. Smash the like button, please, on YouTube and on TikTok. All right, tap the screen. Tap. All right, guys, so let's play the recording first of this, whatever his name is, Deen respond. And let's see how he's going to try to refute the story, okay? How he will try to refute the story. All right, let's start.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, as you guys have noticed, I made a response video to David Wood's video and utterly destroyed his claim on the matter of certain hadith. And he responded swiftly with the individual who made that initial video. This guy, Raymond Ibrahim's claims were the people of Zutt that were present in the hadith were human. And people quote by saying they're jinn. So watch how he's going to backtrack now. I want you guys to notice how many times they really shift the goalpost from their initial claim. Constantly shifting ad hoc explanations in order for them to get the that they want. So that's third definition where it means to possess. Like, come on.
The Prophet began to recite to them, and they started to move closer and lean around me and get in my way, meaning Abdullah Mas'ud is talking, and I became intensely terrified of them.
Guys, can you tell me why Muslims, when they, this is a tactic, I think, they try to fasten the video of the Christians so that you will not grasp what is being said. Is that a tactic, or why are they doing that? Why don't we do that? Look how fast forward he's playing the video. Why are you doing that? So guys, here we have Sister DOC and Brother Jai talking about, when they were invited by Brother David Wood to also join the live stream and talk about it. About the hadith. Here is the hadith, and as you see, it says here in the bottom, the chain of narration is sound, it's authentic, it's sahih. So, for the people who don't know, the reference, the source, the reference of the hadith is Musnad. For example, there are many sources, but it's Musnad Ahmad, hadith number 3788. That's the most famous source regarding this incident, the night of the jinn. Okay? Now, again, some people have said maybe these creatures are men, humans, from, let's say, India or Pakistan, right? Or maybe even Sudan, Africans. But at least these creatures are black-skinned, so they are dark-skinned, okay? These creatures who came to ride the Prophet, riding him, to ride Muhammad, are black. Now, some people debate if these are humans. Other people say these are jinns. After studying the hadith carefully, after doing some research, I came to the conclusion that these are jinns, okay? My opinion is that these are jinns. They are jinns, okay? These creatures that are created from smokeless fire according to chapter 18, ayah 50 of the Quran, okay? 18, ayah 50. So these are jinns. Unlike the angels in Islam, angels are created from nur, from light, but jinns are created from smokeless fire. So they are fire creatures. Fire creatures. So I believe that these are jinns. Okay, they are not human beings. They are not your regular black Africans or people from India. Okay, I believe these are jinns. That's my opinion. Okay, that's my conclusion. Okay, but I will show you that something sexual happened to Muhammad. Okay, it's not just riding him. Not only riding like a donkey. I know Muhammad was a big donkey, but it's not only riding, it's actual. Okay, I don't want to say the word, but you know what I mean. They took him from the back. They used this back door. Okay, and I'll prove it, of course. So the word is yarkabuna. Yarkabuna Rasulullah. Yarkabuna. Here on the top, you see the red word yarkabuna. Okay, yarkabuna. Yarkabuna. Yarkabuna Rasulullah. They are riding the Prophet. So what the text says is they are كأنهم الزُّت. They are as if they are the Zutt. Okay, that's what the Arabic says, as if they are the Zutt. Zutt, like I said, guys, earlier, people, dark-skinned people from, let's say, India, Pakistan, dark-skinned creatures or people. Call them whatever you want to call them. But I believe these are jinns. Okay, jinns. Okay, jinns. Now, the question is, if this hadith was weak, why would the early Muslims report it? If this hadith is fabricated, as the Muslims want to convince us, why on earth would someone like Abdullah ibn Mas'ud even dare to talk about it? So clearly it's a historic event. And the hadith is sahih. And I challenge any Muslim to come up and say, Rob, you're lying. The hadith, yes, it's sahih, but it's da'if. That's what they do. Yes, it's sahih, but it's da'if. Can anybody come up? Any Muslim can come up. Only Muslims, guys. Today, only Muslims. Any guest? Any Muslim guest? All right. Any Muslim? No? Okay. But I want to know why Muslims always fast forward the recording. Why are you doing that? Let it play normally, man.
Abdullah ibn Mas'ud is talking, and I became intensely terrified of them. So I sat down.
So guys, this is Sister DOC. So let me go to the beginning.
And lean around me and get in my way, meaning Abdullah ibn Mas'ud is talking, and I became intensely terrified of them. So I sat down. And when the morning light broke, like what you said, brother, they began to go away. Then the Messenger of Allah came back exhausted and in pain, or practically in pain from how they had ridden him.
from how much they have ridden him, ridden the Prophet, the ridden Prophet. Irkab, irkab, ya mahbub. They kept riding him. Baby. Ride them, cowboy.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, they kept mounting the Prophet all night long. All night. Yeah. You get the idea, guys. And the hadith is sahih. So let's see how Deen response will try to refute it.
How they had written him, not just that they wrote him, how they wrote him.
Yeah.
That's a very accurate translation. Good for them.
Here in Arabic.
Yeah, so as they just pointed out, right? First of all, it doesn't just say he was in pain. It says or practically in pain, which shows you what? If you're surrounded by jinn all night and they're crowding around you, or as other translations say, they're climbing upon you or they're growing around you, that's gonna physically exhaust you to the point where you're
Abdul, literally the Arabic says that the messenger came back exhausted, feeling heavy. To the correct translation is feeling heavy. ثقيلا وجعا مما ركبوا, feeling heavy and in pain of the riding. That's literally what the Arabic says. So don't lie. Yes, it does say that Muhammad is in pain, and yes, it does say that Muhammad is feeling heavy. That's literally what it says, and I'll show you the Arabic soon too.
It's as though like your body's in pain of exhaustion. The Prophet ﷺ all night was reciting the Quran to them and they were surrounded by them.
He was reciting the Quran and the jinns opened his hole very wide and opened. It started to suck entire universes, planets and moons. Yes.
That's like a terrifying experience for the average person. Hence why Abdullah bin Mas'ud was terrified. And yeah, he mentions his exhaustion.
Yeah,
and
he was terrified because he wanted to protect his ANUS. And he was inside the magic circle, right? That Muhammad drew in the sand. Sit inside the circle. Don't go outside of it, else you're going to be, like me, you're going to be unalived, okay? You don't have, Muhammad, guys, what people don't know is that Allah supposedly sent Jibreel, a dish with some food on the dish to give Muhammad the sexual power of 30, other sources say 40 men. So Muhammad's sexual power was not in the front, it was in the back. Did you catch it? Muhammad's power was in the back. Okay, that's where the power was. That's why Muhammad could handle being in his from the back, unlike any human being, because remember, these are jinns. They are created from fire, smokeless fire. Okay, according to chapter 18, ayah 50. Okay, 18, ayah 50, smokeless fire. Jinns are created from smokeless fire. So guys, yes, that's what they did.
Pain because you're experiencing a supernatural entity around you. These people, the only reason now they would have, because we just debunked the point that the Zutt, all the sexual descriptions of the Zutt people is put in the trash, because we just refuted that by saying,
really, you refuted that? How did you refute it?
Oh, these are the jinn, because it says كأنهم الزُّت. And another justification was, and the main one, is that Abdullah bin Mas'ud himself says, these people that we're seeing, the Zutt people, they look like those jinns that I saw on that night.
So guys, his point is, these are not humans, these are jinns. It's even worse. If they are jinns, it's even more worse, because these jinns, I will show you that they're bananas, do not sleep, they do not bend. So it's even more worse. I'm happy that they are not humans. I'm happy that they are not black brothers, your common black brother, dark-skinned human being. I am happy that they are jinns, because Muhammad is going to be all night long, and they're do not sleep. They are always ready. Okay? So it's even more worse. You think you are refuting, but you are making it more worse. This is why I said it's a career suicide for any Muslim who will try to debunk this authentic historical event in the life of Muhammad.
So that's a main justification. So once you refute that part, it's like, okay, so all the sexual descriptions of the Zutt people, put in the trash. All they have left now is, oh, the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was exhausted and in pain. Oh, he was practically in pain from raqabu. Like
no, Habibi, no. That's not the only thing that we have, because I will show you that these creatures, these jinns, are banana shaped. That's my final trump card. So if you're going to say that the word yarkabun does not mean effing him, I have a trump card. I will show that these are banana or eggplant shaped. Guys in the chat, I want to see eggplants and bananas. All of you, I want to see eggplant and banana emoticons. Eggplants and banana emoticons, because we're going to prove that these jinns that Allah sent, Allah himself sent them, by the way. Allah sent them, that they are banana or eggplant shaped. Okay? Which you don't know, because the word is haneen. The haneen does not mean men. So you see, this is I don't know. I don't know why brother, you see brother Jai, I love him, and sisters DOC, I love them too, but they dropped the ball. I have to be honest. When you drop the ball, I don't care if you're a Christian, I don't care if you are a Muslim, if you drop the ball, I will say it as it is. I'm not going to be political correct. So they dropped the ball. Why did they drop the ball? Because the word haneen, haneenan, means, the word haneenan means penis. Literally. Okay? That's what it means. It means penis, banana. Okay? So this is a very bad translation here between the brackets. Haneenan is penises. And the word hin, that's the singular form, is one. Okay? The singular form. Okay? The singular form. Haneenan is the plural form of the word. Hin is the singular. So in other words, multiple thousands of banana or eggplant shaped jinns, okay, came to ride Rasulullah. That's what he is forgetting. That is what Deen response here is forgetting. Okay, that's what he's forgetting. Now that we move that out of the way, we're going to now prove it. Okay, we're going to prove it. Okay, first of all, what I want you to know, guys, is that these jinns in Islam, according to Islam, here's a Q&A from islamweb.net. Okay, Q&A. So we have a Muslim asking a question, and the Mufti will issue a fatwa. This is a fatwa. Do you see it? Fatwa. Search in fatwa. Fatwa number 15,979. Again, let me drop the link one more time. 15,979. Okay. This fatwa was created in the year 2010. Someone is asking a question about, can jinns have with the women? Can they have with women? That's the question. And the answer is simple, of course. So, and the scholar here, the Mufti or whatever he is, the Sheikh on this website is explaining the tafsir for chapter 17 of the Quran, ayah 64. Okay, let me make it a little bit bigger. Chapter 17, ayah 64. It says that the partnership of the devil with a man and his children was interpreted to mean that the Shaitan, the devil, wraps himself around the penis of a man. So you must always say Bismillah. If you don't say Bismillah, let me copy the word. If you don't say Bismillah, which means in the name of Allah, if you don't say that before you are going to have intercourse with your wife, if you don't do it, Shaitan will wrap himself around your banana and he will F your wife instead of you. He will release, literally Shaitan will release his semen inside your wife's Virginia. So it's very important for any Muslim to say in the name of Allah before effing his wife. If you forget, then it's done. You're done. Okay? Else Shaitan will F your wife instead. Literally, that's what it says. And look here, we have a story. Once a man told Ibn Abbas that his wife woke up and found a flame of fire in her Virginia. Once a man, let me copy the entire part here, drop it in the chat. Okay, drop it in the chat. Once a man told Ibn Abbas that his wife woke up and found a flame of fire in her Virginia. Someone please call 911 and report fire in a Virginia's Muslim, her Virginia. A flame of fire, brother. And Ibn Abbas continued, radiyallahu anhu. Ibn Abbas is the cousin of Muhammad, the scholar of the Ummah, Habr al-Ummah himself, Turjuman al-Quran, the translator and mufassir of the Quran. Ibn Abbas told the man that this happened because of the sexual intercourse with a jinn, with a genie. And Allah knows breasts. Allah always knows breasts. Okay? So you see, guys, 1 plus 1 is that these jinns can have sexual intercourse with humans. And remember, the word haninan is penis, and these creatures came كأنهم الزط ثم ذكر هنينا كأنهم الزط, and he mentioned, so what the Arabic in the hadith says, and he mentioned هنينا كأنهم الزط, as if they are from Zutt, from a Zutt nation, dark-skinned. So this is why I believe that these are jinns who took the virginity of Muhammad from the back all night long. Okay? All night long. So you see, guys, now that we have established this, that means the jinns caused a huge, I want you to take notes, guys. The jinns caused a huge flame of fire in the ANUS of Momo. Okay? In the ANUS of Momo. Did you catch it? Jinns, the thousands and thousands of jinns who were riding Muhammad, they caused a huge flame of fire in the ANUS of Momo of Muhammad, the Prophet of Islam. Guys, are you still following, or is this too difficult for you? Hope it's not too difficult. Hope it's not too academic, because this is my research about this incident. Okay? This is my research about this incident. What happened to Muhammad during the night of the Jinn. The incident is named as the night of the Jinn. And for the people who don't know, this is the context for the Quran. Wait, what? This is Quran, Rob? Yes. Look, if we go to Surah Al-Ahqaf, chapter 46, ayah 29, you'll see that it's Allah who caused it to happen to Muhammad. Allah wanted to humiliate Muhammad. Why, Rob? Because it's Allah who sent. How we, when we ask Muslims, who's the we in chapter 46, 29, they will say Allah. Okay, I will play the game with you. How we, Allah, sent to you, O Muhammad, in context, a group of jinn. Okay? وَإِذْ صَرَفْنَا إِلَيْكَ نَفَرًا مِنَ الْجِنِّ. Okay, so Allah sent them to Muhammad, and the night was made possible by Allah. This night was made possible by Allah. He is the sponsor, okay? Crazy. Guys, try to convince me that Allah is not Shaitan, who sent his devils. Remember, Allah commands the devils, the jinns are the devils, to violate Muhammad's anus.
Emotional damage.
Guys, I hope you're collecting all the dots. I hope you're taking notes. Here is the link for the ayah. 46:29. So the whole story is the context for the Quran. chapter 46:29. Did you catch it? Aywa. Now we're catching it slowly. Aywa. Beautiful. Now we go back. We proved that jinns can cause a flame of fire after having sexual intercourse with humans. Right? A flame of fire. So if they did it to Muhammad, Muhammad's anus was on fire. He's on fire. Oh yeah. All night long. All night long, baby. Now let's continue. Here is a book. Here is a book. Book number 1 that I'm about to share with you. Okay. Book number 1, where we will see how the jinn, what the jinn can do, who they are, what they do, and what their shape is. Okay, look. Let me give you the following book first. Okay. By the way, one of the leaders, the leader of the jinns, we have also a commander. Guys, these jinns had a commander, and his name is Zawba'a. Take notes. Zawba'a was the one who was in charge of the jinns who were violating Muhammad. He was the one in charge. He was the one in charge. So where did I put the following book? Where is the Z book? I'm looking for the link so I can share it with you guys. No, not here. Bum, 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 bum. All right, here is the link for the book on the screen. Okay. Here is the link for the book on the screen. People on TikTok, if you want to collect all the sources, you have to either join our Discord server. Admins, please copy the links and put them also, if I forget, also on Discord, okay? On the chat on Discord. We have Captain restreaming. That's awesome. Thank you, Captain.
Yes,
brother.
because I couldn't stream. I had a black screen.
It's okay.
I just hop on to tell you that there's a Muslim. He wanted to join.
You want to join? Okay. What's his name?
His name is full of dots. He's on the side chat. I'm gonna invite him if you want.
Yeah, let him come up. Allah Jabak. Brother Captain is here. Brother Original Kafir is here. Beautiful, guys. Thank you for helping out. God bless you. Keep my admins in your prayers, guys. Our beloved admins doing an amazing job as always. Any Muslim? Come up. Yallah. Any Muslim?
I'm trying to invite him, but he didn't ask to join.
It's going to be a career suicide for you, though. So, spoilers ahead. If you want to touch this topic, I'll bury you like I'm burying your prophet.
Oh.
He is not
Do you
coming
want me
up?
to put him up?
Yeah, let him come up.
Yes.
Let him come up. What happened?
I have no idea.
Okay. He is there. I see Dots. Why is your name Dots? Unmute, man. Why is this guy's name's Dots? Are you so embarrassed that you can't even give us your name? Imagine, guys, Muslims are so afraid they name themselves Dots. Yeah. Hello? We heard something. Hello? Hello? Yeah, you're a troll. Go down, Yalla. Go down. Go down. This is embarrassing, Muslims, man. Embarrassing. Keep embarrassing yourselves, Muslims. Bunch of trolls and scared little puppies. And anyway, what can we expect? So guys, the following book, I dropped the link multiple times. Here's the link one more time. So collect it. This book, Kitab al-Tashbihat by Ibn Abi Aoun. We see on page 231. So we have the book 231 on top. Look what it says. I described a penis from among the penises of a Zutt. Okay? And the penises of a Zutt do not bend and do not sleep. Wait, what? So the penises of these jinns, they do not bend, they do not sleep, they are always ready. So the ones who were giving it to Muhammad, rock hard, solid, all night long. They didn't even need Viagra, baby. They did not need Viagra all night long. Now that we've moved out of the way, here's book number 2. This is one of the main sources for the incident. Okay, one of the main sources for the incident. This is the Beirut copy. The Beirut copy. The Beirut copy of Musnad Ahmad. Musnad Ahmad Hadith. We're going to go to Hadith number 3788, volume 1. And so if you open the book, this is how it looks like from the inside. Look. الطبعة الأولى دار الفكر. This is the publishing company, look, with the emails and everything on the screen. They even have a homepage, Lebanon, Beirut, Lebanon. Okay, in Beirut, Lebanon. This is where the book was published. Okay, as you see. All right, with the stamp and everything. Beautiful. So, this is Musnad Ahmad. So this is the volume 1 of this book, volume 1 by Ahmad ibn Hanbal, this copy. In a different copy, it could be volume 4, but I will try maybe if I have time to show you that one too. On page 583, I'm not sure if the link will work, but you can try. I was lucky to grab my hands on this copy. Here's the link. I hope it will work for you, else you have to oh, that's not the one. No, forgive me. That's not the correct one. Forgive me. Forgive me. That's not the correct link. This is the correct link. If I'm not mistaken. This is the correct link. Okay. If it doesn't work, if it's not for free, you have to buy it. I was lucky that it was for free at that time. So if you want to buy this copy, you can buy it because it's a Google Books, and I think it's not for free. But I was lucky to download it for free. So maybe they are now charging money for it. But I downloaded it a long time ago. Okay. And here is the Ahmad ibn Hanbal link, a different publishing company, volume 4, pages 33 to 35, where you can find this hadith. So it depends on which publishing company. This publishing company is volume 1. You have also other publishing company that will use other volume numbers or other page numbers, just to give you an idea, okay? We're going to scroll down, page 583. We'll scroll down to the correct hadith. 3788. ثم إنه ذكر هنينا كأنه مزود. And you already see my translation in the bottom. The word haninan means hanin in the footnote. Do you see the footnote with the dividing line? Hadith number 3788. Look, 3788. The word haninan, hanin, jam'ahin, the plural form of hin, وهو عضو الرجل, and it's the penis of a man. So the word hin means penis, and haninan means penises of men. Plural. Singular, plural. So the Arabic says ثم إنه ذكر هنينا ثم إنه ذكر هنينا, and then he mentioned هنينا كأنهم زد, as if they are قوم الزد. And then in the footnote it explains what the meaning of haninan is, and haninan means penises of men. So bunch of penis-shaped, listen carefully, bunch of penis-shaped jinns which Allah sent upon Muhammad. Made possible by Allah, Allah sent his jinns to violate the anus of Muhammad. Any Muslim? Any Muslim who wants to come up now? So don't blame us for reading the Quran, and don't blame us for reading the context for the ayah, because this is Quran and we have something called context, because you Muslims always cry for context. I just gave you the context of the night of the jinn. Aywa. So where's the refutation? No refutation. The only thing you have is that Muhammad, your Prophet Muhammad, was ravished and mounted by penis-shaped jinns. Okay? Penis-shaped jinns. فَجَعَلُوا يَرْكَبُونَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ, and they started to ride the messenger. Okay? Now, 1 + 1. 1 + 1. If they are penis-shaped and they are riding Muhammad, what are they doing to Momo then? What are they doing to Momo if they are penis-shaped and they are riding him? Hide and seek in his holes? In his back door? In his ears? In his mouth? Well, Use your imagination, Muslims.
Emotional damage.
And don't forget, I told you to take notes. These are thousands of jinns. Thousands of them, according to Tafsir al-Tabari, for example. Thousands of them. Okay. Here is another book to prove that they hurt Muhammad badly. Okay. Muhammad admits that the jinns hurt him. Here is book number 2. In the following book, also known as Musnad al-Bazzar, this book is also famous, very famous book, also called not only Bahr al-Saghir or Saghar, volume 5 by al-Bazzar, but it's also called Musnad al-Bazzar. Okay? It's more famous for in the name as Musnad al-Bazzar, okay? AKA Musnad al-Bazzar. Okay? Volume 5, and I gave you the link. Let's see what Muhammad said himself after what happened to him. There is a hadith on the screen, hadith number 1886, hadith number 1886. We scroll down on page 271. Now, do you understand, guys, slowly? Are you catching why I said any Muslim who will dare to touch this topic and try to refute it, and I'm around, I will finish your career, your dawah career, boy. You're finished, boy. Okay? Because my name is Rob Christian, and I'm your and your prophet's worst nightmare, as you noticed. All right. So here it says that the Messenger of Allah said, okay, قال رسول الله فقال رسول الله, after sitting down, so Muhammad, Rasulullah, came and he sat down and he said, لقد أذاني هؤلاء الليلة. The Messenger of Allah said, those creatures, i.e. the tall, penis-shaped, naked jinn, hurt me tonight. So guys, they hurt him. Not only was Muhammad feeling heavy and he was in pain, but they hurt him. Are you seeing it? They hurt him and he admits it. Muhammad admits it. Muhammad admits that these jinn hurt him. Boom! Boom!
Emotional damage.
They hurt him. Okay? They hurt him. After giving it to him all night long. All night long. Guys, are you taking notes? Are you taking all the sources, collecting them? I hope you're doing it. Because this is devastating for the Muslims. Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim? Yalla, Akhwan, come defend the so-called honor of your Prophet. Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim? Come try to defend. Is Deen Response watching? I'm sure he's watching. Deen Response, if you love your Prophet, come up and debate me, yalla. Because you tried to debunk Brother David Wood and Brother Raymond Ibrahim. Come up so I can put you in your place and bury you like I'm burying the buttocks of your Prophet again. I'm, by the way, my name, for the people who don't know, I love to call myself Zawba'a. That's my nickname. That's my nickname. I'm calling myself sometimes, okay, Zawba'a. Why, Rob? Zawba'a. Because Zawba'a was the name, and if you go to Tafsir al-Tabari, you'll see that that's the name of the commander, the leading commander of the jinns who graped Muhammad. Okay? That's the name. So that, you know, and I'm proud of that. We're proud of that. Yeah. All right. Here is more. If Muslims will say The word haninan, let me now educate you more how to refute them. When they say, well, the word haninan or hin does not mean penis, if that's what they say. Okay, the word haninan. So if a Muslim would say, if a Muslim would claim, okay, that's what they would have claimed. Okay, if that's their claim, let me bury you now. Let me bury you too. Guys, I want you to take notes to make the entire objection airtight, because this is our Christian objection against the mounted ridden Prophet Muhammad. Okay? Majmu' al-Fatawa by Ibn Taymiyyah. I mean, who's better than Ibn Taymiyyah? Shaykh al-Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah, brother. Shaykh al-Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah, the teacher of Ibn Kathir, the teacher of Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah, the teacher of Imam al-Dhahabi, the Shaykh al-Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah. Look what he said. Okay? What the word hin means. Right? What the word hin means. Here is the link of the book. Brother, volume 28, called Majmu' al-Fatawa by Ibn Taymiyyah. His famous Fatawa books, you know. Fatawa means Islamic rulings. Q&A basically of Ibn Taymiyyah. Question answer of Ibn Taymiyyah. Majmu' al-Fatawa. Islamic rulings. Fatwas. By Ibn Taymiyyah, on page 232, we have the famous hadith mentioned about if you brag about al-Jahiliyyah, then Muhammad used to command his Sahaba to say to the other companions, go bite the penis of your father. You know the famous hadith, right, guys? Look. And guess what? The word hin is used. The word hin is used. The word hin is used. Look what it says. من تعزى بعزاء أهل الجاهلية فعضوا بهن أبي ولا تكنوا. The messenger of Allah said, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم, the messenger of Allah said. So guys, now I'm using the very words of Muhammad against him. Did you catch it? The messenger of Allah said, if someone boasts, if someone is bragging about the pre-Islamic period, al-Jahiliyyah, let's say you say, you know, before Islam, if a Muslim would say in the 7th century, before Islam, my father used to own 500 camels, right? If a Muslim brags, if he boasts, then tell him to bite his father's penis. And guess what the word is? Hin. Bihin abi. Go tell him to bite his father's penis. And the other word for hin, the street word is ayr. Any Arabic speaker, any native Arabic speaker will tell you that the word ayr means penis. This is literally the word that you use. So the classical word hin means aka ayr. Do you see it? It's on the screen, brother. It's on the screen. Any Arabic speaker will confirm it. Ayr means penis. We scroll down, Ibn Taymiyyah. Yes? What's going on? Hello?
Can you tell me
Can
how
you say hello first?
means having sex?
Hold on. Can you say hello first like a normal human being?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
You're a Sunni?
Hello.
What are you?
You said that I'm Sunni.
You're a Sunni. Brother, don't eat the mic. Remove the mic a little bit from your nose or from your mouth. Don't do it like Muhammad, because Muhammad was all night from the Jinn. Okay, so take the mic out of your nose or out of your ear, wherever, you know. And I hope it's not the mic of the jinns, so, you know, because you're breathing into it. So what was your question again? What's your question?
You said that they hurted him. So how hurting him means that they had sex with him?
Well, because they are banana shaped. Question. Question. Allah sent these thousands. Hold on. Allah sent. Hold on. Allah is the one who sent them, right? Do you agree? To listen to the Quran, supposedly. Allah sent these devils on Muhammad to hear him read the Quran, right?
No, it doesn't say devils.
Okay, so you're lying about Allah?
Read
the ayah.
It says jinns.
For 4629,
Jinns.
how we sent to you, O Muhammad, a company of jinn. What do you mean they are not jinns?
Yes.
So who sent them? Allah.
It means jinn.
Right?
Yes. Where does it say devil?
Jinn is not a devil?
Not every jinn is a devil. Not
Okay.
every devil
Okay, what is a jinn? What is a jinn, brother? Are jinns shayateen? Are the jinns shayateen?
Not all of them.
Are the
Not all of
jinns shayateen? Yes or no?
Not all of them. Some of them yes, some of
Okay.
them no.
Some of them yes, some of them no. Okay. Okay, beautiful. And what kind of jinns were these? Were these good jinns?
Yes.
These were good jinns. So were they Muslim jinns?
Yes.
Okay, so guys, according to the brother here, the brother in humanity, these jinns are Muslim jinns. Okay, no problem. So these Muslim jinns graped Muhammad, right? And they
No, it
were
doesn't
banana
say that.
shaped, right?
It doesn't say that.
What do you mean it doesn't say that? Read it.
It doesn't
Is
say
this
that
Muslim?
they
Hold on.
raped
Here is the
them.
hadith. Here is the hadith. Musnad Ahmad 3788. I want you to read it. Yalla, read. Read it, what it says on the screen. Read it. In the yellow. Read it.
I can't read Arabic.
You can't read
Not so
Arabic
good
and
at
you think
Arabic.
you can debate me on the topic?
Can you scroll down?
ثم إنه, listen to the Arabic. يا جاهل, I'll educate you. ثم إنه ذكر هنينا كأنهما الزط. What is the word? هنينا. We go to the footnote. Look. 3788, that's the hadith number. هنينا, هنين, جمعهن وهو عضو الرجل. هنينا means what?
Yes, can you?
What does
Penis.
هنينا mean?
Penis.
Penis. And we went
Yes.
also, hold on, we also went to Majmu' al-Fatawa by Ibn Taymiyyah. The famous hadith about if anyone brags or boasts about a Jahiliyyah, then tell him to bite his father's hin. Bihin abi. What is hin? It's ayr, and ayr means penis.
Oh.
So,
I
can we,
didn't disagree.
hold on,
Can you-
brother? Can we now conclude that thousands and thousands of penis-shaped jinns, I'm happy that you're calling them Muslims. It becomes even more worse. These Muslim jinns, these good jinns, ravished Muhammad's anus.
No, it doesn't say that. Can you read the part
Okay.
beside?
So, what would you say if you have a sausage fest on your back? What would you call it? Sausage fest on the back of your prophet. What do you call it?
Riding.
That's hiding? Hide and seek?
Riding.
So you accept this hadith, right?
Yes.
So if I buy thousands of dildos, you know what a dildo is? Or, and they are alive, they are breathing, and they are smokeless fire, and they are riding you. What do you think they will do to you? What do you think they will, these breathing, answer the question. Don't mute. Oh, what happened? The cat ate his tongue. Yeah. Go down. Yeah, go down. Don't bring him up. Embarrassed Muslim. First, he doesn't know how to read Arabic and he thinks he can refute me. Go down, yalla. We have another Muslim maybe? Do we have a Muslim? Do you have a Muslim? No Christians. Don't raise your hand if you're a Christian, please. Lower your hand. Please. No Christians, only Muslims, please. Is there any Muslim? Guys, so thousands and thousands of jinns took turns on Muhammad, and Muhammad said, they hurt me. Hurt where? All night long? In his anus. Anus, exactly. Now, here's another objection from a Deen response. Now that we have refuted him about that it does mean grape by these thousands of jinns, and these creatures are literally penis-shaped, let's continue. Okay, let's continue with Mr. Deen response, the hero of the hour, who would clearly not dare to come and debate me about it while he's watching always my YouTube channel. Like his bigger sister, Farida. They don't dare to debate me, guys, because they know Arabic-speaking Christians are the worst nightmare. They know it very well. Let's continue the
They were going to be
video.
not just exposing David Wood's ignorance.
This is the
but
guy, by the way.
more
This is Deen response. Yeah, you expose? Yeah, you know, your prophet's buttocks were exposed for the jinn that night.
They were going to be not just exposing David Wood's ignorance, but more so his perverse and degenerate lens that he reads the Islamic texts from. He made a new video recently that is blown up. He misrepresents a hadith so...
Oh, glory to Christ, almost 200,000 views. Maybe already it reached 200,000 views. I'm sure.
Grossly, I don't even want to repeat the words that he uses. Only Christian apologists would bring such disgusting polemics to the table.
So only Christians will bring such disgusting. So Ibn Mas'ud, all of these early Muslims who are narrating this hadith, this authentic hadith, they are not disgusting. They are not the ones who are more honest than you are. So you want to throw all the Sahaba and the Tabi'een and the Tabi'een of the Tabi'een under the bus and all the people in the chain of narration? And the ones who graded it as Sahih, you want to throw them all under the bus? And we're the disgusting one for just reading? We only read, and we're going to read, baby.
Emotional damage.
We're the ones who are disgusting for only reading.
Apologists would bring such disgusting polemics to the table whereby they misrepresent Islamic texts. I could easily do the same with Christian texts. I could go in with a presupposition that everything in the Christian text has to do with sex or has to do with perverse things, and I could read into the biblical text anything. And
you see, guys, he's going to attack the Bible. Like always, they can only attack the Bible. Abdul, stick with the topic. Refute.
Conjure up some sort of narrative. But obviously, that's one,
A lot of blah, 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 blah,
and two, utterly disgusting. The fact that you would read completely misrepresenting.
Then the tale of Muhammad's late-night desert run.
The
disturbing story. Then the tale of Muhammad's late-night desert rendezvous with the men of Al-Zutt. Since Raymond Ibrahim has already done the research on Muhammad's romantic encounter, we'll let Raymond break down the details.
This odd hadith, which I'm about to narrate, appears in several hadith collections, including the highly esteemed Musnad of Ibn Hanbal, founder...
Yeah, that's the book that we showed earlier, right? Musnad Ahmad. And as you see, there are multiple copies, multiple publishing companies for the same book. So that the volume numbers could be different, the page numbers could be different. So that's what you need to know.
One of Islam's 4 schools of laws, or madhahib, as well as in many other well-respected Islamic texts, all of which are being taught in Al-Azhar.
So, the scholars know about this, but like so many other issues the scholars hide from us, this story hasn't worked its way to the general population.
Exactly. Not many people know about this hadith, and I'm happy that someone like Brother David Wood made it public. Okay, but I'm here today, as you noticed, I'm taking a deep dive together with you, and I'm taking you with me on this journey about the jinns who ravished Muhammad during the night of the jinn. Okay?
Until now.
The hadith, which is narrated by Abdullah bin Mas'ud, a companion of the Prophet and one of Islam's most reliable and trustworthy transmitters of hadith, goes as follows. Brace yourself.
Oh man, everyone, popcorns. This is beautiful. I mean, Brother David Wood, when I saw the video, I was laughing though. I was laughing.
Brace yourself.
Brace yourself.
Abdullah begins by telling us that Muhammad called on him to accompany him on a trip into the desert. When they reached a certain place and night had fallen, Muhammad made a line in the sand, most likely a circle, and told Abdullah, quote, "Stay behind this line and do not cross it, for if you do, you will die."
So guys, Muhammad drew a circle. So a circle, a magic circle. Why, guys? Because clearly Momo was a magician. Guys, these were all voodoo practitioners. Muhammad was a magician, and even in the Quran, Muhammad is called a magician. Sahir. Okay? In the Arabic, Sahir, a magician. Muhammad, guys, was a magician. I'm not kidding. And he is called a magician in his own Quran by his own family members. These are his own family members who are accusing him of being a magician. Okay? Since he's drawing a circle in the sand, the magic circle, and he's commanding the eyewitness, Abdullah bin Mas'ud, to sit. Go sit, Ya Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Ya Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Oh, Ibn Mas'ud, go sit in that magic circle. So Muhammad is a magician. So that the evil spirits, the evil jinns, clearly these are evil jinns, else they are not going to violate Muhammad. If these are Muslim jinns, well, these Muslim jinns are clearly not cute. They are very nasty, evil spirits. These are nasty demons. These are nasty jinns. Don't convince me that these are Muslims. But anyway.
When they reached a certain place and night had fallen, Muhammad made a line in the sand, most likely a circle, and told Abdullah, quote, "Stay behind this line and do not cross it, for if you do, you will die." Then left his startled companion and walked into the desert night, about the distance of a hurled stone, says Abdullah. Before long, our narrator saw a group of men, he does not specify how many, who, quote, appeared to be al...
According to At-Tabari, thousands upon thousands. Okay, Tafsir At-Tabari, if you read it, it's very long tafsir for chapter 46. Again, chapter 46, that's the ayah 29. Okay, Surah Al-Ahqaf, ayah 29. So all of this, guys, is the context for the ayah of the Quran in chapter 46, ayah 29. So this is Quranic context. It's not some weird hadith or something. Okay, context for the Quran. I want to, guys, again, here.
The night had fallen, Muhammad made a line in the sand, most likely a circle, and told Abdullah, quote, "Stay behind this line and do not cross it, for if you do, you will die." Then left his startled companion and walked into the desert night, about the distance of a hurled stone, says Abdullah. Before long, our narrator saw a group of men, he does not specify how many, who, quote, appeared to be al-Zutt. He describes them as, quote, tall, lean, and naked.
So, Abdullah ibn Masud was behind the Diddy line, the cup line, but Muhammad crossed the Diddy line. And he was soon surrounded by a number of tall, lean, naked men, the men of al-Zutt.
One more thing, not only naked men, but penis-shaped creatures. Penis-shaped creatures. So they are tall, guys, again, take notes. These creatures are tall, thin, naked, and banana-shaped creatures, i.e., the jinn, okay? Tall, thin, naked, and banana-shaped creatures. Sorry for my French, okay? Sorry for my French there. Okay, you get the idea.
Muhammad crossed the Diddy line, and he was soon surrounded by a number of tall, lean, naked men, the men of al-Zutt.
Other Islamic sources say these Zutt were a black-skinned people, and we'll get into that later.
The word there in the Arabic is كأنهم الزُّت. As though they...
So guys, I have to be fair here. I agree with Deen response that كأنهم means the word كأنهم, and I already said it in the beginning. كأنهم الزُّت means as if, as though, or as if they are al-Zutt. So as if they are looking like someone who's from India, dark-skinned Indians, dark-skinned Pakistanis, Afghanistanis, or dark-skinned Africans from Sudan or Nigeria. So what is being said is Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, the eyewitness, is describing them. He's giving them a description how they look like. So in other words, they are simply dark-skinned creatures. Okay? These jinns are dark-skinned creatures. Okay? That's it's not an issue. And actually, what his point is, guys, Deen responds, this guy here, this Muslim, his what he's trying to say is they are not men, they are jinn. Okay, like I said in the beginning of the live stream, it's worse because if they are jinns, they are created from fire, and your prophet's anus is on fire all night long, and we prove that these jinn are smokeless fire. Okay, if you go to chapter 1850, jinns are created from smokeless fire. Okay, so it's much worse. These are not your regular humans. Their penises are rock hard and they do not bend all night long.
They were the people of Zutt. And it also says that these people that appear to be naked, you couldn't see their private parts.
Why? Why can't you see their private parts? Because it's dark at night. You need to understand, guys, that the story goes like this. It says that Muhammad and Abdullah, when Muhammad took Abdullah with him to a place called Kada wa Kaza, such, and in other words, such and such place. So the name is unknown. It's in the middle of a desert. It's dark at night, which means when Abdullah ibn Mas'ud was watching and he's describing these creatures, He said, I could not see them. I could not see their private parts because it's dark at night. They had no clothing, meaning they are naked, and I could not see their private parts because it's dark at night. And he was watching from a distance. So we have a distance, right? So here is Abdullah bin Mas'ud, Ibn Mas'ud watching. And Momo is being graped. Here is Momo with the jinn. So I am giving you a description, right, guys? Look. A description. You see it? My highlighted comment? You see it, right? So Abdullah bin Mas'ud is watching how the jinns are graping Muhammad and they are banana-shaped, they're naked. So he does not see from this, let's say 50 meters or maybe, small distance, large distance. We don't know exactly how big the distance was between Muhammad and Abdullah bin Mas'ud and the jinns, right? But at least he could see what is being happened. He could see that they were jumping him, they were mounting Muhammad. Guys, are you getting it? Slowly you're getting it, right? Take notes. And remember, Ibn Mas'ud is safe, is watching from a safe place inside that magic circle. Okay, circle. Take notes to get the full picture. Okay, use your imagination.
It's what indicates these are supernatural beings. These are the jinn. And as we'll continue
so
on,
Abdul, you're making it more worse because if they are supernatural beings, i.e. the jinn, it's much worse because these jinns are very hypersexual and they kept giving it to your prophet's back door all night long. To your prophet all night long because they are not human beings. Maybe a human being, maybe he's finished after 30 minutes or an hour, depends how much Viagra he took. But these jinns, they don't need Viagra. They don't need the blue pill, okay?
We're going to highlight the fact that this is actually jinns and not really people that are in the story. He tries to make some disgusting links with that as well later on.
Take it,
I actually
Muhammad.
had to re-upload this video to add this detail. I found
Here. Take it, Muhammad. Take it. Yeah.
within Imam al-Dhahabi's Siyar al-A'lam al-Nubala, volume 26, pages 159 to 160, a narration attributed to Ibn Mas'ud that's graded Sahih by al-Bayhaqi, where Ibn Mas'ud saw a group of Zutt along a certain road and said, "Who are these?" "These are the Zutt." He said, "I have not seen anything resembling them except the jinn."
You see, guys, you think he has a point. Brother, it's much worse when they are the jinn. Hello? Guy, this guy is a genius. I have to admit, Deen response, you are a genius. What this donkey, what this Abdul, this is why I said, guys, if you dare to touch this topic and you think you can defend the honor of your prophet as a Muslim, it's a career suicide. You think it's not bad when these are jinns instead of normal human beings, dark-skinned human beings? Guys, this guy is a genius. This guy's IQ, genius. Phil Horea, genius, man. He's a genius, this guy. This student of Farid Response, who shares the similar name, Deen Response, Farid Response. He's a genius.
On the night
look at the sound. Look at the sound.
Except the jinn on the night.
Guys, he thinks he has a point. Abdul, if they are jinn, it's worse than that. Because like I said, a human being will not have intercourse all night long. You get, fatigue. But the jinns, their penises do not bend, as we proved in one of the books today.
Night of the jinn. Clear evidence. The only way you can make
so he thinks that he just refuted brother David Wood and Raymond Ibrahim. Oh, what an idiot.
Claim is if you cherry pick from the hadith corpus. Because we have a clear hadith here where Abdullah bin Mas'ud says himself that the jinns that he witnessed on that night resembled the people of Zutt.
After describing them, Abdullah goes on, and here's the problematic part, to say, quote, "They went to and began to ride the Prophet of Allah."
They did what to the Prophet of Allah?
And here's the problematic part, to say, quote, "They went to and began to ride the Prophet of Allah."
They did what now?
They went to and began to ride the Prophet of Allah. Literally, that's what the Arabic says. These tall, black, naked men rode Muhammad, the Arabic word yarkabun, which I will presently discuss, can also be translated as mounted, and they did this all night long, says Abdullah.
These tall, lean, black, naked men mounted Muhammad in the desert and rode him all night long, while his companion Abdullah ibn Masud watched from behind the cuck line.
During which time they would also come and circle around and try to reach him, but they were prevented apparently from the line of protection Muhammad had drawn in the sand for his companion. Abdullah concludes his narration, quote, I was extremely terrified by them, so I sat down. With the coming of dawn, they began to depart. Then the Prophet of Allah returned slowly and in pain from that which they did while riding him.
These tall, lean, black, naked men tried to get to Ibn Masud, but he was protected by the Diddy line. He was terrified.
The what now? The Diddy line?
And in pain from that which they did while riding him.
These tall, lean, black, naked men tried to get to Ibn Masud, but he was protected by the Diddy line.
By the Diddy line. And guys, that night a lot of baby oil was used, baby. A lot of baby oil was used on the butt cheeks of Muhammad.
Emotional damage.
The Diddy line, did you catch it? The magic line, the magic circle, the Diddy line. Oof. This is tough, man. This is tough. Anyway, guys, you get the idea. What a refutation, man. What a refutation, man. You're a genius, brother. Now, guys, some Muslims will say that the chain of narration, guys, we have a chain of narration that is authentic. Okay? The chain of narration is authentic, right? The chain is authentic for the story. Okay? If you have never heard of a chain of narration before, go study what a chain of narration means. But I will try to dump it down for the people who are new to hadiths, let's say. Even the Quran has supposedly a chain of narration, right? Because the Quran is a hadith. Aywa, the Quran is a hadith. Okay? And a hadith, it has men in it. So you have, let's say, Arab Christian. It has Phil in it. It has Winston in it. Original Kafir in it, maybe. You know, men. Okay, men inside the chain. These are, by the way, my admins, as you see. So these people in the chain of narration, are they trustworthy? Are they not trustworthy? No. So if you have non-trustworthy people in the chain, or people who did not hear from the people, but they are maybe claiming that they are from the people, or maybe the one who put their name by accident, so it becomes maybe a broken chain, munqata' in this case. So what they're trying to say is, guys, the Muslims, they will want to throw, Muzis want to throw this embarrassing context for the Quran, embarrassing, okay, embarrassing hadith that is authentic, sahih, under the bus. That's what they want to do. Muzis want to throw this embarrassing hadith under the bus. And they say, well, one of the people in the chain, his name is Amr al-Bakali, he did not hear the story from Abdullah bin Mas'ud, which means that the isnad has a broken chain of narration, i.e. it's munqata', it's broken. That's what they are trying to say, or, you know, to claim. But we're going to explain to you. I'm Rob Christian. I'm your humble servant for today. And I'm here to serve all of you and teach you how to refute this claim, this objection about this hadith. So you gotta love it, guys. Let's say a Muslim asks a Christian, you know what? John 1:1, I will quote it, but a Christian will say, you know, John 1:1, I do not take it, it's da'if. Well, it's sahih, it's part of your authentic books. You have to take it as a Sunni Muslim. So because they are embarrassed, because they are bankrupt, before you, in front of Christians, they will say it's da'if. Among themselves, they will take it as sahih. That's the lie, that's the taqiyya of the Muslim. Why? Because without lies, fill the dots, without lies, Islam does what? Without lies, Islam does what, guys, everyone? Without lies, Islam dies. Without lies, Islam dies. Of course, they are going to throw their authentic sources under the bus when it embarrasses their prophet and religion. But is this really true? Is this chain of narration authentic, fully without any problems, fully authentic without any issue? Or is this simply another lie from the embarrassed, bankrupt Muzis who are too embarrassed about their ridden, ravished, violated, graped prophet, who was taking it in his back door all night long by the jinns, by the jinn, who were rock hard all night long, right? So let's see. One of the objections, as I showed you, or one of the objections that they will come up with is they will say, well, Ibn Mas'ud wasn't there. So one of the claims to try to refute the idea that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud wasn't an eyewitness, they said, one of the claims is, they said, well, Ibn Mas'ud wasn't there. What do you mean he wasn't there? Look what he says in Tafsir ibn Kathir for chapter 46, ayah 29. Ibn Mas'ud, when he was asked, were you there? Right? Were you there? حدث إنك كنت مع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ليلة وفد الجن. Were you there during the night of the jinn? Ibn Mas'ud said, here is his name, Abdullah bin Mas'ud, he said, Ajal, and Ajal means in the Arabic language, yes. So Ibn Mas'ud said, yes, I was there, meaning he is an eyewitness. So here, first objection, destroyed. Boom! Destroyed. Destroyed. Okay? So Ibn Mas'ud admits that he was together with Muhammad. This is Tafsir ibn Kathir for chapter 46, ayah 29. Ajal means yes, I was there. Okay? Here is more. In Tarikh al-Islam, okay, Tarikh al-Islam, let me give you the link. In Tarikh al-Islam, volume 2, and here is the link. I hope that the links are still working though. Okay? I hope that the link is still working. Not sure if, do I have the link? Not sure if I have the link. Tarikh al-Islam. I'll drop it in maybe later in the comment section. Forgive me, maybe I can't find it for now. But I'll show you at least the source. And I hope I will not forget it, but I will drop the link in the comment section after the live stream, okay? All the links, all the sources, you can find them later in the pinned up comment, either in the chat or in the comment section. Forgive me, I can't find it for now because I have too many books. Sometimes, you know, it's not easy to find it. So sometimes I forget to include the link after I took screenshots and whatnot. But forgive me, I will include it later in the comments. Okay, forgive me for that. So this is the book, volume 2 by Imam al-Dhahabi, Shams al-Deen al-Dhahabi, short for Imam al-Dhahabi, the student of Ibn Taymiyyah. Volume 2, Tarikh al-Islam means the history of Islam. Tarikh al-Islam means history. That's the title of the book, History of Islam. Okay. All right. We open the book, and we go to page 448. Look, page 448. We scroll down to find some information. And we have here a report. The number of the report is 533. Page, what did we say? Page 448. Tarikh al-Islam by Imam al-Dhahabi. Okay, volume 2. That's the reference, the entire reference. Report number 533, page 448. All right, talking about who Amr al-Bakali is. Amr al-Bakali, that's his name, the second guy in the chain. Okay, the second guy before. So we have guys, Amr al-Bakali. We have Amr al-Bakali, who is narrating from Ibn Mas'ud, the main narrator, who happens to be the one who sits in the magic circle and is watching the eyewitness, right? From you get the idea, the chain of narration. So Amr al-Bakali is reporting from Ibn Mas'ud. What the Muslims said is that, well, Amr al-Bakali wasn't there. He could not have heard it. He did not hear directly from Ibn Mas'ud, which is another lie that I'm going to debunk now. Amr al-Bakali, who is in the chain of narration. His name is aka Abu Uthman, aka his name is Abu Uthman, the father of Uthman, and he's a companion of Muhammad. Amr al-Bakali is what? A companion. Like Ibn Mas'ud, he's a companion of the Prophet of Islam. So, are you telling me that the companions were not talking to one another? They did not hear from one another? Of course they did. And look what it says. Sahibi, he is a companion. Shahad al-Yarmouk. This Amr al-Bakali, took part, he was among the other Sahaba who were fighting, he took part during the conquest of Tabuk. Okay? Oh, sorry, Yarmouk, forgive me, Yarmouk. Okay? The Battle of Yarmouk, or the conquest of Yarmouk, Al-Yarmouk. وروى عن النبي. So this Amr al-Bakali, a companion, he narrated from the Prophet. So he was a companion and he was listening to Muhammad and narrating a hadith from him. ثم عن ابن مسعود. And then from Ibn Mas'ud as well. Another lie debunked. When they say Amr al-Bakali did not narrate it from Abdullah bin Mas'ud, we just debunked that one too. So guys, both of them are companions. Abdullah bin Mas'ud, the eyewitness, and the one who narrates from him, they know each other. They fought together in the Battle of Yarmouk, and they both narrate from the Prophet, and Amr al-Bakali also narrated from Abdullah bin Mas'ud. Okay, so chain of narration, for example, an example of a chain. In this case, this story about Qawm, the jinns who ride Muhammad, an example of a chain. So we have Momo, the Prophet, then we have Ibn Mas'ud, and we have Amr al-Bakali. You see, this chain is not broken, it's perfect. Perfect chain of narration. Guys, are you still following with me? I hope I'm not putting you asleep. I'm showing you how to deal with these so-called refutations. And we are burying them together with you. Me and you, we are burying the Muslim claims or so-called refutation of the story, who want to throw their own chains of narrations and a hadith and even the Quran under the bus. Because this is literally, the entire story is the context for chapter 46, ayah 29 of the Quran. Okay, 46, ayah 29 of the Quran, where Allah Himself sends these thousands and thousands of jinn to mount Muhammad and grape him all night long. And then it says that Amr al-Bakali, here in the highlighted part in the bottom, and it says that this Amr al-Bakali is one of the most knowledgeable companions that remained. So a lot of Sahaba, what you need to know, a lot of Sahaba died, and he is clearly one of the last remaining knowledgeable companions of Rasulullah. هذا عمرو البكالي, and this guy's name is Amr al-Bakali, a companion of Muhammad. You see, guys, glory to Christ. Thank you, Brother Rory. Glory to Christ. I'm so happy that the Lord is using us to expose this ridden Prophet Muhammad and his demonic sex cult. The whole religion is about sex. The whole religion is about carnal desires. And even Muhammad was graped all night long. Right? And glory to Christ that the Lord is using us to expose this demonic cult from the depths of hell. Okay? Muslims, wake up, man. Wake up. We're only reading your sources. And the only thing that you can do is lie about your books. Lie about the companions of Muhammad. Lie even about Muhammad. Lie about Ibn Mas'ud. Lie about Amr al-Bakali, who is a famous companion. Shame on you. Isn't it kufr, Muslims? I will ask you a question. Isn't it? My question is simple. Isn't it kufr, disbelief, to lie about the companions of Muhammad, of your prophet? Is it not kufr to lie about the companions of Muhammad? If the answer is yes, why are your dawah heroes lie? Why are they lying? Because without lies, your religion dies. Guys, Allah made the worst mistake. Allah made the mistake if they say Allah is God and He's a living God. Well, your Allah Muslims made the worst mistake, is allowing the internet to be created. Islam was created by the sword and it will die by the internet. Glory to Christ. Glory to Christ. Hallelujah. Right? And here is the translation if you want to take a screenshot of the source that we presented earlier. Tarikh al-Islam, the History of Islam, Volume 2 by Shams al-Din al-Dhahabi, short for Imam al-Dhahabi, the student of Ibn Taymiyyah. For the people who do not know, Imam al-Dhahabi is expert on Sahaba, expert on history of Islam. He's an expert on hadith, on narrations, and an expert on many things. And we are using his book against the Muslims of today who are bankrupt, who are lying about their prophet and what happened to the prophet during the night of the Jinn. So regarding Amr al-Bakali, he's a companion of the Prophet and he fought in the Battle of Yarmouk, clearly together with Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, and we can prove it. And he narrated from the Prophet and he also narrated from Ibn Mas'ud. So they knew each other, they fought together in the Battle of Yarmouk, and he was narrating not only from the Prophet, but he also, Amr al-Bakali, the second guy in the chain, he also narrated from Abdullah bin Mas'ud. So, in other words, Amr al-Bakali knew Abdullah bin Mas'ud and he narrated hadiths, reports from him. Did you catch it? I hope you are taking screenshots because they will never translate this stuff. So it's my job to educate you how to refute the lies, and I hope that this will reach Brother David Wood and Brother Raymond Ibrahim, because if they, any Muslim will try to refute them, that this will be the lesson, this is the material that you can use, my today's live stream, to debunk the lies. Okay, guys, should we continue? What do you think? Should we change the topic? What do you think? Should I continue bringing down the hammer on these liars and deceivers? You see, guys, do you understand now? When I said in the beginning of the live show, any Muslim, any dawah-gandist, any Muslim apologist who would dare to touch or try to refute this very authentic historical event in the life of Muhammad that happened to Muhammad during the night of the jinns mounting Muhammad and ravaging him, and their bananas did not bend. It's a career suicide to even dare to touch it when I am around. When I'm here, I will catch you with your lies. Okay? Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim? Is there any Muslim? Any Muslim wants to come up and get ravished? This is, guys, how to deal with this topic. Okay, this is how to deal with this topic. Now, let me show you. So I showed you in the beginning Musnad Ahmad, but I will show you another copy of Musnad Ahmad. Here is the other copy. This is the Dar al-Hadith in Al-Qahira. So this is the Cairo edition. What you see here is the Cairo edition of Musnad Ahmad on the screen by Ahmad bin Hanbal or Ibn Hanbal. Okay, what you see here on the screen. Okay, this is the Cairo edition. So this is printed in Al-Qahira, Cairo, Egypt. Okay, in Cairo, Egypt. This is the copy of Abdullah of Musnad Ahmad of Musnad Ahmad by Ahmad bin Muhammad bin Hanbal. Okay, so if you are a proud Salafi, a proud Jihadi, big chance that you're following the madhab, the Islamic jurisprudence or Sunni school of Ahmad bin Hanbal. This is the founding father of the Hanbali madhab, guys. The reference, the entire reference for the incident is Musnad Ahmad, hadith number 3788. So if you want to know what the reference is called, it's short for Musnad Ahmad, hadith number 3788, for the written prophet. Okay, this is the written prophet hadith, in other words. Okay, we're going to go to volume 4, pages 33 to 35 by Ahmad ibn Hanbal. And here is the link to download it. Here is the link for this book. Okay, the link. So this is one of the main books that mention the hadith. Okay, so let's go through it to give you an idea how the hadith look like, how the pages look like in the Arabic language. Here is the page 33. Look in the bottom, page 33. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. In the Arabic, page 33. So the first page, page 33. All right. We scroll up. All the men in the chain are the men of Bukhari, the men of Sahih Muslim. To give you an idea, right? The collection. So these men, not one of them is da'if. So here's the chain of narration. حدثنا عارم وعفان قال حدثنا معتمر قال أبي, and then it continues. On the next page, page 34. Okay, إسناده صحيح. The chain of narration is صحيح. As you see, hadith number 3788. Chain of narration is صحيح. Do you see it? صحيح here. صحيح. صحيح. And I put also the translation, as you see, for the people. صحيح. All right. All right. Next page. Next page, Rob Christian, please. Page 34 in the bottom. Page 34 in the bottom. Okay. And there is another chain of narration that is reported by Imam at-Tirmidhi. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Brother Jai, during the live show of Brother David Wood and Raymond Ibrahim, they invited Sister DOC and her husband Jai, you know, the brother and the sister, awesome brothers and sisters, one of my dear brothers. We go way back, Brother Jai and I, way back to the Paul Talk era, when we used to debate Muslims and even Imams and Shiuch on Paul Talk, right? Brother Christian Prince was there. Brother Sam Shamoun used to be there. Many amazing classical old debaters out there, the OGs basically of that time. Okay, so we go way back. Okay, so it says here وقد روى الترمذي. So Imam at-Tirmidhi has reported this from another path, من طريق جعفر بن ميمون, and it continues all the way to Ibn Mas'ud. So we have a different chain of narration where you don't have Amr al-Bakali in the chain. So guys, in other words, we have at least 2 different chains of narrations. 2 different chains of narration for this story of Qawm, or the written prophet. كأنهم الزط riding رسول الله يركبون رسول الله. 2 of them. One in Musnad Ahmad, for example, that Musnad Ahmad has included, and another chain, a different chain of narration with different people in the chain, right? And the grading of the hadith is Hasan, Gharib, Sahih. That's the grading, as you see with the red line here, right? With the red line here, that's the grade. Okay, that's the grade. Okay, that's the grade. Now, some Muslims will say, well, this grading is da'if. No, it's not da'if. That's your ignorance talking. Because remember, the hadith is hadith Hasan Gharib Sahih. Hadith Hasan Gharib Sahih. Okay, the grade is Hasan Gharib Sahih. Now let's see what Hasan Gharib Sahih means according to the great style of Imam at-Tirmidhi. If we go to Islam Web, for example, Islam Web. Okay, islamweb.info. No, .net, if I'm not mistaken. it explains us the following. The statement of Imam at-Tirmidhi. Remember, this is narrated by Imam at-Tirmidhi. Okay? The statement of Imam at-Tirmidhi on the hadith that it is Hasan Gharib. Hasan Gharib, yes. On the hadith that this is Hasan Gharib means, now let's see what it means. Let me make it a little bit bigger so you can take a screenshot. When you have a hadith that is Hasan Gharib, means that this hadith is fully acceptable to him and not weak. Boom!
Emotional damage.
In other words, is sound, it's sahih. Did you catch it? When if it's not weak, it's fully accepted, it's authentic, it's sahih. Rather, it is even stronger than the hadith regarding which he says Hasan only. So if Imam at-Tirmidhi, let me type it out. If Imam at-Tirmidhi grades a hadith Hasan only, Hasan, then Hasan Gharib is stronger than Hasan. Okay? So it's even stronger than Hasan. It's stronger than good. That means, if it's stronger than good, that means it's sahih. It's fully accepted. So you cannot throw it under the bus. And look, even Imam Shaykh al-Albani himself said, the hadith about which at-Tirmidhi Gharib, the grading is Hasan Gharib, it is stronger than the hadith about which he says Hasan only. That is because the former means that it is Hasan in and itself, Hasan li dhati, while the latter means that it is Hasan by the support of other hadith. So guys, this chain of narration has simply too many paths. It's too strong to throw it under the bus and call it weak. In other words, it's authentic. It's sahih. So guys, we have two chains of narrations and both of them are sahih. Two sahih hadiths for the entire incident. Boom, boom. Boom!
Emotional damage.
So the written prophet story is fully authentic from two different paths, two different chain of narration. You cannot run from it. You cannot hide from it. And as I showed you in the book of Musnad Ahmad, we have one chain of narration and we have a second chain of narration with different people in it. Both of them are fully accepted, fully authentic hadith. Even if it's called Hasan Gharib Sahih, as we showed you. Cannot run from it. You don't throw it under the bus. You lying deceivers. Do not throw it under the bus. Okay. So the story goes like this, that it says that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, an Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, right? So the first chain of narration continues with Hadathana Abu Tamima an Amr or Amr, and then it says إن يكون قد قال البكالي etc. عن عبد الله بن مسعود قال عمر إن عبد الله قال. Okay, then he said, and the hadith starts. It says that Abdullah ibn Mas'ud is with Muhammad and they went to a place called Makan Kada wa Kada, a place called such and such and such place. In other words, the place is unknown or unnamed place. Okay, an unnamed place. In other words, such and such. When you say such and such, means we don't know the exact name of the place. And then it says فَخَطَّ لِي خَطَّ, right? فَخَطَّ لِي خَطَّ here. And Muhammad drew a circle. I want to see circles. All of you circles. Circles in the sand, right? Circle in the sand. Just like the picture here. Look. Circle in the sand. And Ibn Mas'ud is inside the circle, brother. Ibn Mas'ud is watching from inside, safe distance inside the circle. Circle, brother, circle. Okay, circles. Okay. So the Diddy line, as Brother David Wood calls it, is drawn in the sand. And Ibn Mas'ud is inside the circle. And Muhammad said to Ibn Mas'ud, do not go outside the circle. لا تخرج منها. Do not get outside of it. If you go outside of it, you're going to get unalived. You'll die. Okay? You will die. فَإِنَّكَ إِن خَرَجْتَ هَلَكْتَ. If you go outside of the circle, the magic circle, you will die. And then in the story, the famous part continues. إِنَّهُ ذَكَرَ هَنِينًا. He mentioned Haninan here in the bottom, where you have the red line underneath. إِنَّهُ ذَكَرَ هَنِينًا كَإِنَّهُ مَزُّطٌ. And he mentioned, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud mentioned, a group of Haninan called Haninan. And we explained in the beginning of the live show earlier that the word Haninan means penises. These penis-shaped creatures, as if, كَإِنَّهُ means as if, or they look like a Zutt. The black-skinned Indians, black-skinned Pakistanis or Afghanistanis or people from Africa. At least they are naked and they are penis-shaped. And the story continues on the next page. Page 35. Next page. Page 35. ليس عليهم ثياب. They are naked. No clothes. Naked. And Abdullah ibn Mas'ud says, I don't see their genitalia. Why? Because it's dark at night. That's why it's called the night of the jinn. You can't see their genitalia here, this part. And they are tall. قليل لحمهم. They are very tall. And they are skinny. Tall, skinny, banana-shaped creatures. And they are completely naked. قال, Ibn Mas'ud said, فآتوا, they came to Muhammad, فجعلوا يركبون رسول الله. And they started to ride Rasulullah. They started to ride. The jinn ride the Prophet, Rasulullah, the Messenger of Allah. And then it says, قال ثم إن رسول جاء وجعا ثقيلا وجعا أو يكاد أن يكون وجعا مما ركبوا. And Muhammad was in pain, and he felt heavy and in pain from the riding. Right? And we mentioned earlier, guys, that these banana-shaped creatures, they don't bend, they don't sleep. And we showed you also that the word Haninan means penises. Bunch of penises were riding Muhammad, literally, guys. Penis-shaped. Haninan means penis-shaped. I hope that this video will reach Brother David Wood, guys, and Brother Raymond Ibrahim, because they did not explain this as I'm explaining it to you guys. The fully detailed explanation and how to refute the Muslim objection against this Sahih report, okay, that has at least 2 chains of narrations. And all of the people in the chain are trustworthy. Okay? فَجَعَلُوا يَرْكَبُونَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. And as I showed you, the hadith is authentic, sahih. Sahih. Musnad Ahmad. Musnad Ahmad. That's the reference. Musnad Ahmad. Hadith number 3788. Don't forget the reference. Musnad Ahmad. Hadith number 3788. And the hadith is Sahih al-Isnad. Isnad Sahih. Chain of narration is Sahih. Now this is not, like I said, this is not the only book that mentions it. Here is another book. What about Ibn Kathir? Here is Ibn Kathir. Look. The book of Ibn Kathir, Jam' al-Masanid was Sunan li Ibn Kathir, the famous Mufassir, the Ibn Kathir, okay, who wrote Tafsir Ibn Kathir. That's the Ibn Kathir himself. The student, for the people who do not know, this is the student of Ibn Taymiyyah, Shaykh al-Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah. Okay? Ibn Kathir, like Imam al-Dhahabi, he is a student of Imam Shaykh al-Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah. That's Ibn Kathir for you. So in his book, Jam' al-Masanid was Sunan by Ibn Kathir, volume 27. Rob, can you give us the link? I think I can. Here is the download link. Here is the download link of Ibn Kathir. Hope it's working though. Here is another link. If that link does not work, here is another copy. I hope another link that if that the first link doesn't work, here is link number 2. And I hope it's going to work though. I did not test it, but there are at least 2 different links. Okay, I found it there also well. Okay, Jam' al-Masanid was Sunan li Ibn Kathir. Jam' al-Masanid was Sunan li Ibn Kathir. We open it, volume 27. We go to page 7526, as you see on top. The chapter is called Musnad Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiyallahu anhu, of course named after Abdullah bin Mas'ud. On the left, the Arabic numbers 7526, 7526. Same hadith. فَجَعَلُوا يَرْكَبُونَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. They started to write the Prophet. We go down. Guess what? The chain of narration is what? Sahih. Sahih. Uh-oh. They said it's da'if. What happened? Even Ibn Kathir mentions that it's sahih. Any Muslim who wants to come up and commit a suicide, a career suicide, even Ibn Kathir says that the hadith is sahih. Muslims, stop lying. Stop throwing your authentic sources and references under the bus. Shame on you. Have some shame. If there would be anyone who wants to throw Islamic books under the bus, it should be us, not you. You are the Muslims. Don't call everything da'if when it's too embarrassing. Huh? Very, very, not only sensitive, brother, the goat ate it. Yes. It's a delicate topic, brother. Have soft hands, brother. You know, the Prophet being mounted and ravished all night long. It's a very delicate topic, brother. As if you're holding a non-cooked egg, brother. Don't drop the egg. Is it? So the story is also in the book of Ibn Kathir. And here is another book. I can do this all day, guys. Here is book number, how many books did I already show? 5, 6? I can't remember. Anyway, in Majma' al-Zawaid wa Manba' al-Fawaid, okay, Majma' al-Zawaid wa Manba' al-Fawaid, by the famous Sunni scholar Imam al-Hafiz al-Haythami. Imam al-Hafiz al-Haythami. Any Muslim who wants to come up, don't be scared. Imam al-Hafiz al-Haythami. Rob, can you drop this link too? I'll try to find it for you. Hold on. Where's the link? I have it here somewhere. Yes, here is the link. Here is the link. Here is the link too. Any Muslim? Yalla ya akhwan. Come defend your written prophet, man. Your prophet took it left, right, and center. Raqutak. Your prophet became a proud member of the rainbow community. Come defend the honor of your prophet, man. Come, Muslims. Come, man. Muhammad took it all night long. All night long. And Allah, guys, was proud because He sent these jinns. Remember? It is Allah in the back. Look, Allah was watching in the back. See, guys, we took here in Photoshop, I took a pinch fork of Shaitan, and Allah's in the back watching. He sent them. You know, Allah. You know, look how, you know, I like Picasso, brother. Look. Allah. Shaitan, Allah. Why did they write the messenger? Right? These naked, handsome, always hard and ready, the jinns, and they as if they are from Qawm al-Zutt. Okay, guys, did you know that Moses was a Zutt as well in Islam? Moses would have looked like them. According to an authentic hadith, Moses would have looked like them. Rob, can you prove it? Yes, it's in Bukhari. Look, here is the link. In Bukhari, Rob. Yes, look. Here's the proof. Bukhari 3438. Look. Moses was of brown complexion, so Moses was dark, straight hair, and tall stature, as if he was from the people of Zutt. funny. I thought, let me include that as Moses would have ridden Muhammad, yes. Unbelievable. So in Majma' al-Zawad wa Manba' al-Fawaid, let me go back. Here is the page, brother. Volume 8. You see, I also put the reference on top. Majma' al-Zawad wa Manba' al-Fawaid by Imam al-Hafiz al-Haythami. Volume 8, page 334. We go down. Here's the Arabic. We go down. Same story. فَجَعَلُوا يَرْكَبُونَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. We go down, and guess what? All the men in the chain are of a sahih, meaning all the men you can see here, you can find them, for example, in Sahih Muslim, in Sahih Bukhari. Okay, all of the men are of a sahih. Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim? Guys, you get the idea. I can literally show you book after book. Here is another book. Rahab, you're not done? No, brother, no. Look, here is another book. أطراف الغراب والأفراد من حديث رسول الله by Imam al-Daraqutni, another famous Sunni scholar. All of these scholars, guys, are classical Sunni scholars. Muslims cannot throw them under the bus, and they are reporting the incident. Volume 4 by Imam al-Daraqutni. Okay, volume 4. Can we get the link? Where did I put it? Where did you put it, Rob? Don't lie, Rob. I'm not sure if I can find the link right now. Maybe I put it somewhere. Sometimes, guys, I have so many books, as you noticed. Sometimes it's like you're getting drowned in them. But eventually we will find them, though. Imam al-Daraqutni. Imam al-Daraqutni. Not sure if I can find it right now. Don't know. If I can't find it, guys, like I said, if I can't find it right now, I will try to include it later in the comments. Okay? No problem. Nothing goes without putting it on the screen. On page 100, right? Page 100, Lord willing, I will include the link in the comments section after the video. So on page 100 of this book, page 100, 100, when you see dots, guys, that means zeros. So 100. Okay, page 100, we scroll down. Same story. فَجَعَلُوا يَرْكَبُونَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. They started to ride the Prophet. They are naked. إِنَّهُ ذَكَرَ هَنِينًا كَإِنَّهُمُ الزُّطْ. Okay. Guess what? The chain of narration is صحيح. قال أحمد شاكر, another famous scholar, Ahmad Shakir, said, the chain is sahih. The chain is sahih. Aywa, do you see it? Sahih. Here is the word, sahih. I mean, you get the idea. You get the idea. Now, guys, if we have to assume, of course we cannot because this is an authentic story. If we have to assume that for some reason turns out to be da'if, what about the rest of the sources? Did you know that Muhammad was not only ravished and mounted by the Qawm al-Zutt, aka Qawm al-Zutt, the Jinn, but also by his own family members? Wait, what, Rob? Family members too?
Emotional, damn it!
Yeah, baby. Muhammad was graped all of his life. During his so-called prophethood, but also before his prophethood too. He was ravished. No way, Rob, yes. And I'll show you multiple books. Watch. In Al-Mustadrak ala Sahihain, brother. And here is the link for the book. Here is the book. And here is also the web-based version of this book. Could be that the web-based version is referring you to another volume number or a different page number, but it's okay. We have also the book, as you noticed, in our possession, right? Dar al-Ma'rifa in Lebanon. This is the Lebanon edition, printed in Lebanon. Volume 3, Al-Mustadrak al-Sahih by Al-Hakim al-Naysaburi, page 588. Page 588. Okay. Page 588. Yes, Rob. Watcher, welcome. Nice to see you, my friend. God bless you. It has been way too long. I'm here to serve, guys. Welcome. Thank you for being here and watching. Page 588. We scroll down. We have an authentic hadith. Hadith number 4416. That's the hadith number. 4416. 4416. And it says that the chain of narration is sahih. No da'if hadiths for today. بسند صحيح. وقال الهيثمي, and al-Haythami said, all the men in the chain are the men of as-sahih. So in other words, all the men in the chain are trustworthy. Let's read together what it says. Let's read, Rob. And we're going only to read, guys. Only reading today. We're only reading. Muslims can't say, Rob, you're fabricating. No, it's on the screen. Read with me. The wife of Muhammad said, Salama said. So Salama, guys, is the wife of Momo. Okay. The wife of Momo said, Oh Rasulallah, oh la la ya Rasulallah, oh la la ya Rasulallah. Yes, what's up? Your cousin, your aunt's son, and your son-in-law. So guys, 3 family members of Momo. 3 family members of Momo came to see him. A visit. 3 family members, okay, they came to see him. He said, Muhammad said, when he heard that these 3 male family members wanted to come and see him, Muhammad said, I have no need of them. In other words, I don't want to see them. لا حاجة لي فيهما. Okay, لا حاجة لي فيهما. أما ابن عمي فهتك عرضي. But the cousin, my cousin, one of the family members, Muhammad said, he graped me.
Emotional damage.
Ulala ya Rasulallah. Like ulala ya Rasulallah. يخرب بيتك يا رسول الله. يخرب بيتك يا رسول الله. What did they do to you? What did your cousin do to you? He graped me. He graped me. Wait, what? So not only the Jinn graped Muhammad, but also one of his family members? His cousin? Yes. Uh-oh. Even the family. Muhammad kept it in the family, brothers and sisters. Muhammad was also graped. Muhammad was graped by his family members too. This is book number 2. Same story, different book. Second book for this incident. The famous Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, volume 4, in his book called Al-Isaba fi Tamyiz al-Sahaba. So this book is about Sahaba, about the companions of Muhammad and whatnot. And here is the link. I hope it's still working though, because archive.org had a huge attack a couple months ago. So it could be that some links are not working. But if they're not working, send me a message and we will search for the correct link. Okay, guys? Download link. All right. It is the link. Volume 4. Take a screenshot. If you're not in the mood to download the pages or whatnot, you can take screenshots. No problem. My material is yours, guys. page 11. On page 11. So volume 4, page 11 of this book. Okay, volume 4, page 11. We dropped already the download link. All right, beautiful. Page 11. We have a very, very authentic hadith. Hadith sahih ala shart Muslim. The chain of narration is on the condition of Imam Muslim, who wrote also Sahih Muslim. So this hadith is what? Sahih. Sahih. Not da'if. Let's read the hadith, guys, together. Let's read it, Rob. Again, same story. فكلمته سلمة. سلمة said to Muhammad, يا رسول الله. فقالت, she said, يا رسول الله. أولا لا يا رسول الله. ابن عمك, your cousin from your father's side. تعني أبا سفيان. So remember the name? Abu Sufyan. Abu Sufyan. That's the guy who raped Muhammad, by the way. We even have the name. تعني أبا سفيان. وابن عمتك, and the son of your aunt. تعني عبد الله. Okay, تعني عبد الله. So Abdullah, the cousin from the aunt side, and the other cousin from the uncle side. Okay. So guys, both are maternal. So we have the maternal cousin. Not maternal, forgive me. Paternal cousin. But this is the son of the aunt, so meaning the sister. The aunt is the sister of the father of Momo, supposedly. His name is Abdullah. Don't confuse him with Abdullah bin Mas'ud, that's a different guy. And we have also the other cousin number 2. This is the paternal cousin, okay? The paternal cousin, his name is Abu Sufyan, who raped Muhammad. Okay? That's the guy. That's the criminal. That's the criminal right there.
Emotional damage.
He made Muhammad a proud member of the rainbow community when he was finished with Muhammad. And Muhammad says, Amma ibnu ammi fahataka irdi. But regarding my cousin Abu Sufyan, he did what, Muhammad? He raped me. You see it? Abu Sufyan raped him. Abu Sufyan raped Muhammad. You see it? And he admits that he raped him. Like, يخرب بيتك يا Muhammad. All your life you were raped by the Jinn. They raped you. Your family members raped you. Who did not rape Muhammad? The question remains, the $1 million question remains, who did not rape Muhammad? Ya akhwan. All night long he was raped. All of his life he was raped. What is this? And book number 3. Wow, Rob, you have 3 different books for it? Yes. I can do this all day. In the book of Ibn Hibban, volume 2, Kitab al-Thiqat, the book of trustworthy people. Look. Here's the cover on the screen. Kitab al-Thiqat للإمام الحافظ محمد بن حبان بن أحمد بن حاتم بن أحمد أبي حاتم. Okay. Short for Imam al-Hafiz ibn Hibban in his book. And here is the link. Here is the link for the book to download it. Volume 2. All right. Page number 30. Volume 2 on top. Thiqat ibn Hibban. Aywa. Page 305. Page 305. All right. That's the page number. That's the page number, brother. That's the page number, brother. Okay. See, we have books. We don't have websites. We have books. Same story. Okay. Same story. Right? What does it say in this book, Rob? It says that some women were graped. So if Muslims say that the word does not mean grape, they are lying, guys. So the word, I'm giving you this book to show you that it means grape. That the wives, the women, were graped for the meaning of the word. Some Muslims will still say, well, the word hataka al-ard does not mean grape. Are you sure? Sure. If we type in Google, if we ask Sister Lily J to go through Google, Sister Lily J is a proud ChatGPT user. So let's use Google, brother. Just to give you an idea, if I type in hataka art fatat, what does that mean, Rob? If we click on images, look, to give you an idea, what does hataka art fatat mean? It means graping a little girl, a girl. You see it? The pictures are telling you what it means, right? Do you see it? Click on the picture here. So let me give you the Arabic. Hatak ard fatat means graping a girl. Get the idea what it means, right, guys? It means grape. Grape. Guys? If you don't believe me, even Google will tell you what it means. Look, brother. You see it? Aywa. You see it? Aywa. Done. It's done, brother. It's done. Any Muslim? Any Muslim? Why are Muslims hiding today? What's wrong? Last live show, guys, in our last live show, Muslims came up. Now they are too scared to defend the anus of Rasulullah. Right, Muslims? The anus of Rasulullah is being graped all night long by his family members, by the Jinn, and not one Muslim, and we have a big crowd today. Not one Muslim dares to come up and defend the anus of the Prophet. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words, sir. Sir, Peach Buns, sir. Thank you for your kind words, sir.
Emotional damage.
Anus of Muhammad Akbar. Yes, the anus was graped, brother. All night long. Question. Why Muhammad was graped? I thought that Allah would make sure to protect the anus of his beloved and final prophet, Muslims. What happened? Answer the question. Why did Allah not protect Muhammad if he's the beloved prophet? The final prophet, Habib Allah, Rasulullah, Habib Allah. One of the nicknames, guys, of Muhammad is Habib Allah, right? One of the nicknames of Momo is Habib Allah. What is Habib Allah? It means the beloved of Allah. Then if his name is the beloved of Allah, why didn't Allah, if Allah is truly God, as the Muslims want to convince us, Ya Akhwan, if you want to convince us that Muhammad is the beloved of Allah, why didn't Allah then protect his beloved prophet? Clearly, there is nothing called Allah. There is no Allah, else he would have protected the anus, right? The anus of the prophet, right? Moses, right, Muslims? There is clearly no Allah. There is no Allah to protect the anus of Muhammad from grape, right, Ikhwan? Ya ukhta, ya akhi al-Muslim, ya ukhta al-Muslima, come up and defend the anus, the Prophet's anus, because according to your books, your most authentic sources, are telling us that Muhammad's anus was graped. His anus became like a black hole. You know the black holes in the universe, guys, that's sucking up entire galaxies and Milky Ways, or call them whatever, moons and stars and, and planets. That's how huge Muhammad's anus became after all of this grape. It's so huge, brother. It's like a gaping black hole, brother. Entire universes and galaxies. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Emotional damage.
And I'm sure Muhammad liked it, guys. We know Muhammad liked it. Of course he liked it. Come on, let's be honest. Muhammad was a proud rainbow community member, brother. Proud. He owned it. He took it. And he owned it. Right, Muslims? The jinns, guys, the jinn had a lot of fun with Muhammad's anus. Right, Muslims? The jinn, when they were done with Muhammad, all night long. All night long, all night. All night long, all night. All night. All night. All night. All night long. All night. Any Muslim? Any Muslim, brother? Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim?
Here he is, the one and only winner of the Gemini Croquet contest. Let's set the world on fire. Right here from 5 to 7, you know everything.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me, my man. You nervous in the service?
I'm looking for that part. Where's that part? Where's that part, guys? Where's that part? Where it says all night long. I'm looking for that part, man. You've seen the Fifth Element movie, right, guys? I don't know where's the part. All night long. Which part is it, guys? I can't remember. With what's his name again? I can't remember what the part is. All night long. I don't know, man. I don't know. Is it here?
All night long. All night long.
Oh yeah.
Long. All night long. All night long. All night long.
Yeah, that's what happened to Muhammad all night long. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, brother. Exactly. We get the idea, Rob. Okay. Forgive me, guys. All night long. Any Muslim? Yalla ya akhwan. Yalla ya akhwan. Any Muslim? All night long. All night. Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim? Is there any Muslim who wants to come up and tell us why Islam is the truth? I promise you I will not talk about the night of the jinn. Don't worry. It's too complicated for you anyway, Muslims. It's way too complicated for you anyway. Any Muslim? Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim?
There was one on TikTok. He just hopped on the side chat and said, "Show your face."
Show your face?
Yeah, like I asked him, why would that be necessary? Like I'm really confused.
Muslims, listen. For the Muslims who are asking to show my face, why? You want to date me or something? Guys, I'm not into men like your prophet. Okay? I don't like to show my face to men. I'm a married guy. I have children. Okay? If you are a proud a rainbow community member like your prophet, after when the cousin of Muhammad was done with Muhammad, and after the jinns were done with Muhammad, I'm not like your prophet, okay? I'm not like you, okay? Habibi, you're a Christian. Habibi. What do you want to show with my face? What do you want to, I'm not into men like you or like your prophet. Come up and defend the honor of your prophet. What kind of prophet commands his companions to go to the other companions if they are bragging, they are boasting about the pre-Islamic period, the Jahiliyyah, to say to them, go bite your father's banana. Ayr abik, bihinna abik, wala taknu. Any Muslim? And they say Muhammad has the best akhlaq. What akhlaq? What shish kebab? What falafel? What hummus on the side? What do you mean akhlaq? What do you mean Muhammad had the best akhlaq? The best example for mankind. Muhammad, according to you, is using the word banana, and he's commanding, he's insulting those companions to bite on their father's banana. What kind of prophet is this? What kind of akhlaq did your prophet had? You're liars. How dare you to say Muhammad was the best example to follow? What do you mean? Imagine if, God forbid, the disciples of Jesus would have talked like this. Imagine if Moses in the Bible would have talked like this. We would not be finished from the Muslims. They would have used it every day against us. But look at the prophet's speech, man. How is this a prophet of God? Exactly. Prophet of God tells his own companions to go bite your father's banana. Yeah. True akhlaq of Rasulullah. The morality of Muhammad was very, very high, brother. The best of mankind with his anus graped, brother. Of course you can defend this religion, Shane. It's, it's out of the bag. The cat is out of the bag. We know the real face of Islam. We know how demonic this cult is. We know what kind of demonic prophet Muhammad was. And of course, Shaitan, aka Allah, will not defend his prophet, but he will humiliate his prophet. Since Muhammad became the proud prophet of Allah, aka the best of deceivers. Allah, the best of deceivers. Right, Muslims? Of course, Allah is Shaitan. Since Allah claimed to be the best of deceivers, of course, Allah is Shaitan. And Shaitan is Allah in disguise. Right, guys? Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim? Any Muslim? Any Muslim? Is there any Muslim who wants to come up? The best of deceivers. Allah, the best of deceivers. Chapter 3, ayah 54. And they deceived, and Allah deceived, and Allah is the best of deceivers. Imagine knowing that you are worshipping a God who is a proud God, an arrogant God, who is not even hiding it and saying that he is the best of all deceivers. Allah is the best. Allah is the best in everything. Allah is the best in everything. In everything that is evil. Allah is a proud pimp. Allah allowed you to do mut'ah, which is nothing but halal prostitution. Right? Everything that is, evil, Allah is the best of it. And they are proud of that. Exactly. Halal prostitution, guys. Muslim men, the early Muslims, including Muhammad, used to use women as prostitutes. And it's chapter 4, ayah 24 of the Quran. Right? فَمَا اسْتَمْتَعْتُمْ بِهِ مِنْهُنَّ فَأَوْتُوهُنَّ أُجُورَهُنَّ فَرِيدًا. Right? Chapter 4, 24, the ayah of Mut'ah. Muhammad mounted a 9-year-old, Aisha, and Aisha wasn't bleeding yet between her thighs. Aisha finally reached the age of puberty at the age of 16. So when Muhammad mounted Aisha, she wasn't bleeding yet at the age of 9. Muhammad was a proud PDF file. Muhammad was a proud Rainbow community member. Muhammad was a proud pimp. Big pimpin', brother. Yeah. And Muhammad took it well in his anus as well. Muhammad was a proud of many things. In Muhammad's anus. And we proved it today. Any Muslim, come on, man. Muslims, come on. Come on.
They are just comments, that's all.
Defend the honor of the Prophet, brother. What did you say, brother?
From what I've seen, Muslims are only commenting. They don't want to come up.
Bro, if I was Allah, I would not dare to come up after what we did to Muhammad today. If I was Allah, I would not come up. If there was a Muslim version of me, if there was someone called Rob Muslim, if there was someone called Rob Muslim instead of Rob Christian, right? He would not dare to come up. Even he would not dare to come up.
To be honest, Rob, you actually ruined the name Anus for me. There was a character from a thing I've watched. His name was Anus, and now it's all ruined thanks to you. So thank you.
Forgive me, my bad, brother. My bad.
Emotional damage.
Any Muslim? Oh man, brother David Wood, man, what did you do, man? You started a huge, catastrophic chain of a nuclear chain of narration, and this chain of narration will reach all the corners of the planet, all the corners of the planet Earth. It's the cat is out of the bag, guys. I'm happy with what brother David Wood finally did. I was a little bit sad for a second though. Why are you sad, Rob? Rob, why are you so sad? Because they did not explain it in detail. But at least they, threw the bomb and Rob pushed the button and then happened today. So guys, what I need you to do, brothers and sisters who are listening, please all of you lend me your ears. Is everybody with me? What I need you to do, guys, buy a bag. If you don't have a bag, a plastic bag, right? Buy a bag. Take your bag from your kitchen. Take your notes. Put the video of Brother David Wood inside the bag. Put all of my sources in the bag. Put today's live stream in the bag. And to have all the material collected in one bag. Right? All of the material, all of the books, all of the sources, put it in the bag. Right? To have the entire collection about, all the materials for the mounted prophet story. Any Muslim who wants to come up? Put it in the bag where it belongs. Any Muslim? Oh, man. Any Muslim? Dragon Daenerys is asking me, our dear sister, guys, keep her in your prayers, a very, very dear sister to my heart. She knows how much I love her, and everybody should love Sister Dragon Daenerys. Keep her in your prayers. Ask for the Lord to protect her and keep her safe and healthy for many years to come. Very, very dear sister. She's asking, Rob, why did you mention chapter 18, ayah 50? Here is why, dear sister. Chapter 18, ayah 50. If we go down, 50. Here is why, sister. Let's read it together. When Allah said to the angels, prostrate yourself before Adam. Guys, all of you know the story about, why Shaitan was punished supposedly. And actually, Shaitan is innocent. So guys, Shaitan and his jinn, they finally took revenge. They took revenge on the anus of the Prophet. Finally, guys, Shaitan took revenge and he succeeded because they ravished Muhammad's anus. Okay, and his anus was mounted all night long. Okay, all night long, all night. Okay, so Allah is commanding the angels to do sujood, right? Isjudu li Adama, right? Prostrate, do sujood to Adam, O angels. All prostrated, all the angels prostrated to Iblis, Shaitan, in other words, Iblis, Shaitan. And Iblis was what? Was one of the jinn. So guys, the Shaitan, Iblis, is a jinn. So guys, as you noticed, since he's a jinn, since Shaitan is a jinn, 1 plus 1. Shaitan is a jinn, 1 plus 1. Now, why did I use it? Because in the same, guys, and by the way, of course, Shaitan is unjustly, he's being punished. Why? Because Allah is commanding the angels. Maybe Allah was drunk that night. I don't know. Maybe Allah was high on camel urine. We don't know. Manidri, we don't know. Okay? But since Shaitan is not being commanded to bow down and prostrate, Allah did not understand that Shaitan is a jinn and he's not an angel. So he punished him unjustly. And because Shaitan became a victim of Allah, Shaitan took revenge on the anus of Rasulullah, as we described and mentioned in multiple narrations, multiple sources on today's live stream. So Shaitan took revenge. But why did I mention it? Because it says that Shaitan, hold on. Why did I mention it? Because Shaitan is a jinn. That's why. Okay? Shaitan is a jinn. Maybe I should include one more ayah. Let's see. Okay. Let me include one more ayah or maybe a hadith. Maybe a hadith. I can't remember. Was it an ayah? Was it? Hold on. All night long. Okay. I should maybe include this hadith on top of it. I should include. Yeah, let me include this hadith on top of it. Here is the link. So, Sister Dagardaneras, chapter 18, ayah 50, back to back with the following hadith. So, include both of them, both the ayah and the hadith, 1 plus 1. So, Shaitan is a jinn, Iblis is a jinn, plus the following hadith, look, plus this hadith, Mishkat al-Masabih, hadith 5701, Mishkat al-Masabih, that's the reference for the hadith that we are going to read together. Okay, let's read it. Mishkat al-Masabih, and the hadith is of course Sahih by Al-Albani. So the grade is Sahih by Shaykh Al-Albani. Sahih, okay, Sahih by Shaykh Al-Albani. Sahih by Shaykh Al-Albani. So Shaykh Al-Albani graded it as Sahih. So let's read it. Look what it says. Aisha reported that Muhammad said, the messenger of Allah said, the angels were created from light and the jinn are created from smokeless fire. Jinn are created from smokeless fire. So Shaitan, Iblis is a Shaitan. Shaitan is a jinn. Jinn are created from fire. 1 plus 1. Muhammad's anus was on fire. when the jinn were done with Muhammad. 1 + 1.
Wait, Rob, can you
Yes.
check Discord? I'm gonna send a gift. Look at that.
Wait. We have to show the audience. Look, guys. Look. Is this Prophet Momo? Is that you?
Emotional damage.
Unbelievable. Look, after the jinns were done, that's what happened to Muhammad. All night long, all night. The Prophet is on fire. Please, someone call 911. Please, Muslims, call 911. The Prophet's anus is on fire. Look.
I'm sorry. I was checking the gift.
Bro is breakdancing. Look, he's breakdancing.
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. I saw that and I just had to, yeah.
You kuffar, you ya kafir, ya adu Allah. How dare you?
I mean, you were the one who said that the jinn left like the body parts they raped on the fire. So
you crazy Christians, brother. You crazy Christians, you. Let me drop the link. Also on Discord. People on TikTok, if you want to collect all the sources that we used. And we are live for a long time now. Glory to Christ. We did some damage, man. Oof. If I would be a Muslim, I would at least take a very, very cold shower after what I, Rob Christian, did. After you, Muslim watching in the back of the bus, not dare to come up and debate me about this topic. I would take at least a very cold shower. Take, a huge bucket if you don't have access to cold water. Maybe jump in a very cold river or something. Do what you gotta do because this is damaging. And if you are a seeker of truth, think twice. And if you think twice, if you start to use your God-given brains, then leave Islam. How can the Quran, how can Islam be from God? Don't jump in the well of Buddha, though. Don't jump in that stinky water, the well of Buddha, like your prophet did. Right? Because Muhammad used to do ablution in the water. The water was stinky, brother. Your prophet had lice in his hair. كان مقمل لرسول الله, as we say in Arabic. Rasulullah ya akhwan كان مقمل. He had lice in his hair. He was a magician, and we know that magicians are very dirty people, right, guys? They don't wash. They are into evil stuff. They do voodoo, right? They call it ruqya, brother, ruqya. Unbelievable. Let's see if we can find the hadith. A long time that I talked about the hadith, guys. Here is the hadith. Here is the hadith, brother. Okay. The well of Buddha in Sunan Abi Dawood. It's reported in many hadiths, by the way. It's not only in Sunan Abi Dawood, but to give you an idea, Sunan Abi Dawood. Look at what it says here, brother. Let's read it. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri. Okay. The people asked Muhammad, can we perform ablution? Can we do the ritual washing before, if you're going to pray, you have to do ablution, wash yourself out of the well of Buddha, which is a very tiny well, guys. For the people who don't know, it's a very tiny well into which menstrual clothes, so women used to go and wash their bloody clothes during their monthly period, women, okay, and wherein there were dead carcasses of dogs, bodies of dead dogs, and stinking things, meaning garbage, used to be thrown by the people inside of the well of Buddha. Can we do ablution in it, Ya Rasulullah? Muhammad replied, the water is pure and it's not defiled by anything. But Ya Rasulallah, ulala Ya Rasulallah, what's wrong with you, Ya Rasulallah? Don't follow the Prophet. You want to follow the Prophet, you might die. You know how dangerous it is to put that water into your nose? Because guys, what you need to know, Muslims put that water in their nose, they put it in their mouth. Very dangerous. Don't follow the Prophet's tradition and teaching, Muslims. Don't. Because you might die from it if you follow the Prophet's footsteps. Don't do it. Do not do it, brother. Don't follow Muhammad, brother. If you follow the Prophet's tradition and teaching, the sunnah of the Prophet, very harmful, brother. Very, very harmful. Don't. Just don't. Any Muslim? Original Kafir, brother, what do you think? Should we wrap things up? We had enough fun for today, for one day. What do you think? Should we wrap things up? Because Muslims are too scared to come up. What's wrong with Muslims today, guys?
This topic is not a favorite talk that they prefer. They don't like this one.
What can I do? Story of my life. Story of my life. What can I do? You know, when you reach an amount of level, skills, you know, Muslims will try to avoid you like the plague because Muslims can only pray, right? Muslims can only pray. Muslims only pray on ignorant people. Because without lies, Islam dies, right, Muslims? You can only prey on the ignorance of people. Only ignorant, foolish people might convert to your religion. Because you Muslims, you don't have any truth in you. Because you follow a very evil, demonic prophet. And he is now under the feet of Christ. Your prophet is in hell, under the feet of Christ. Deal with it. And guys, even the early Muslims used to leave Islam. Did you know that? Here is the proof that even the scribes of Muhammad used to leave Muhammad. Leave his religion because they notice Muhammad is a fraud. In the same book, guys, of Musnad Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, which we used today, and this is a different printing, as you noticed. This book, the book of Imam Ahmad ibn Hanbal, is printed by many publishing company, right? By different publishing company. I just dropped the link. Let me prove, guys, that even the scribes of Muhammad used to leave Islam. The early Muslims used to leave Islam. They became apostates. Look, on page 247 and page 248, back to back, 247 and 248, we have a hadith that is fully authentic. 100% authentic, brother. 100% sahih. Sahih, you see on the screen. Isnadu sahih ala shart al-shaykhain. The chain of narration is authentic, sound, just like Imam Bukhari and Sahih Muslim hadith. Any Abdul? Yalla ya akhwan, come up. Don't be scared. Not one Muslim dares to come up today. What's wrong with the Muslims? I don't know, man. So the hadith is sahih. And the hadith number, guys, if you want to collect the numbers, hadith number is 12,215. That's the hadith number. Okay. And it says that there was a man who used to write for the Prophet. Inna rajulan kana yaktubu lin-nabi. So there was a scribe. So Momo had a scribe. Okay? This scribe used to write the Quran for Muhammad. Momo had a scribe and he used to write for Muhammad the Quran. Right? A scribe who was writing the Quran. And it says, وَقَدْ كَانَ قَرَأَ الْبَقَرَةَ وَآلِ عَمْرَانَ. So this scribe, guys, was read Surah Al-Baqarah. So this scribe read chapter 2 and chapter 3 of the Quran. So guys, he was very skilled, in other words. And in our last live show, guys, if you watch it, we explained that according to Ibn Qutayba, one of the Tabi'een, one of the students of the Sahaba, the Ibn Qutayba, he explained that if a Sahaba, or a scribe in this case, a companion of Muhammad, if they memorized, for example, Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2 and chapter 3, they were heavyweights. They were considered heavyweights. And the Quran and memorizing the Quran, reading the Quran. You're a heavyweight. Okay? So this scribe is clearly a heavyweight. And then it says, فَكَانَ النَّبِيُّ يُمْلِي عَلَيْهِ. So Muhammad was dictating to him the Quran, to write down the Quran. So this scribe was writing the Quran for Muhammad. On sometimes, the scribes used to sometimes write on animal skin, right? On animal skin. فَكَانَ النَّبِيُّ يَمْلِي عَلَيْهِ. So on animal skin, on wood, on paper. No, there was no paper yet. I think it was animal skin. So on wood or big bones of animals, maybe a shoulder blade of an animal, shoulder bone, or maybe a hip bone, whatever you want to call it. Even on wood and on stones as well. If you have big stone, a tablet maybe, you put it on there. Okay? And he used to command him to write. So Muhammad used to dictate to him, غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. فَيَكْتُبُ. Then instead of غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا, instead of the forgiver, the merciful, or forgiver merciful, he wrote instead فَيَكْتُبُ. Instead, imagine, the scribe is corrupting the Quran. Instead he wrote عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. فَيَقُولُ لَهُ النَّبِي. And the Prophet said to him, اكتب كذا وكذا. Muhammad said to the scribe, write this such and such. اكتب كيف شئت. Wait, what, Ya Rasulullah? Muhammad said, write whatever you want. Wait, what? I thought that no man can write whatever he wants in the Quran, but clearly this scribe could. So Momo literally asked this scribe to write whatever he wished to write in the Quran. So guys, literally the Quran became toilet paper in the hands of this scribe. Literally. Why, Rob? Because this man is writing whatever he wants. اكتب كيف شئت. اكتب كيف شئت يا scribe. Write whatever you want. Wait, Ya Rasulullah, but it's Quran. No, don't worry, be happy. Write whatever you want. And then the hadith continues, this authentic hadith continues, and it says, وَيُمْلِي عَلَيْهِ. And Muhammad continued dictating to him, write عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. Write down the knower, the wise, let's say. فَيَقُول. And Muhammad said to the scribe, اكتب. The scribe says, the scribe is talking here. The scribe says, shall I write instead, Ya Rasulullah, shall I write Sami'an Basira? Question mark. Then Muhammad says, Uktub kayfa shi'ta. Ya Rasulullah, you're telling me for the second time to write whatever I want? Yes. Write whatever you want. Then look, the scribe started to scratch his head. The scribe thought to himself, if Muhammad's claiming to be a prophet and he's claiming to receive wahi means divine revelation, guys. Wahi is supposedly divine revelation. If Momo claims that he's receiving divine revelation, wahi from Allah, then I must be a better prophet. I'm receiving divine revelation too. And then it says, فَارْتَدَّ ذَلِكَ الرَّجُلُ عَنِ الْإِسْلَامِ. And the man became an apostate. The scribe of Muhammad became an apostate and he left Islam because he noticed that Muhammad is literally allowing this scribe to corrupt the Quran and write whatever you want. And here is my translation if you want to take a screenshot. This is the translation for this authentic hadith. Let's read it together one more time, guys. A man was writing for the Prophet. So a scribe was writing for the Prophet. The Prophet was dictating to him. غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. So the scribe wrote, instead he corrupted the Quran and instead he wrote عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. So the Prophet told him, write such and such. Write as you wish. I can write as I wish, Ya Rasulullah. So if I write the F word or the word shit in the Quran, I can do that? Yes. Okay, so the scribe could write, so the scribe can write whatever he wants. The scribe can even write the word, right? Possible. He could write whatever he wanted. And he dictated Haliman Hakima. So Muhammad dictated to him again another sentence, Haliman Hakiman. Haliman Hakiman. And he said, shall I write Sami'an Basiran Ya Rasulullah instead? Question mark. Muhammad said, write as you wish. So the man, after scratching his head, he was like, what is this? This is a comedy. What is this? This man is claiming that he is a prophet. Muhammad is claiming that he is a prophet of God. He's claiming that he's receiving divine revelation, yet he's commanding me to write whatever I want in his Quran. So the man had no other option to become an apostate, and he left Islam. Muslims, why don't you leave Islam like the early scribe of Muhammad too? Leave Islam. Muhammad is a comedian. Muhammad is a comedian. Muhammad is a comedian. He just literally wanted someone to write poetry in his Quran. Sami'an Basira, Haliman Hakiman. This poetry, guys. As you notice, this is nothing but poetry. As long there is poetry included in the Quran. Now, do you understand why the Quran is filled with poetry, guys? Don't brag about it, Muslims. Because these are the words of men. These are the words of the scribe. Muhammad needed poetry. Someone who could read and write for him and add poetry to the Quran. And even, guys, we have even Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas used to command his fellow companions. So, guys, as you know, Ibn Abbas is the cousin of Muhammad, right, guys? Ibn Abbas is the cousin of the Prophet. And not only that, he is also called Habr al-Ummah, the scholar of the Ummah. Sometimes they call him Hibr al-Ummah, which means the ink of the Ummah, right? Which means he is the number one authority for the Quran. And look what Ibn Abbas once said in a very famous hadith. What Ibn Abbas said in a very famous hadith. What did Ibn Abbas say, Rob Christian? Ibn Abbas said the following. In Fath al-Bari by Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, and the cover is on the screen. Okay? The cover is on the screen. Let's see. I want to make sure to give you the right link. Guys, I want to make sure
Rob?
that I'm giving... Yes, brother?
I'm sorry for interrupting. I think there's a Muslim on TikTok.
Oh, on TikTok? Okay.
Yes, do you want me to accept him?
Come up. Allah jabak ya Muslim. I hope he's a Muslim though. Hello?
Yo,
Yeah, hello. Are you a Muslim, my friend?
yeah,
Okay. Are you Sunni or what are you?
Shia, bro.
Shia. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell us, brother?
I'm here to defend my religion. That's it.
Sure. So you're a Shia. Okay. Question, since you're Shia.
Go on.
I have a question for you, if you don't mind. You know, today, brother, we talked about the Sunni version of the Prophet of Islam. But I'm happy that you're Shia, you're coming up. I have a question. Why do you Shia believe that the Quran is from God?
Why do we believe the Quran is from God?
Mm-hmm.
Because of how it was preserved, because we were told it was from God.
Can you raise your voice, brother, if you don't mind, please?
I said because of its preservation, because of
its preservation. And you're Shia? Are you sure you're Shia?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What if I can prove to you from your authentic sources that the Quran is not preserved according to the Shia sources?
What, the tahrif?
Huh? Yeah, that your Quran is taharraf, ya akhi. Your Quran became corrupted.
No. So we have.
What do you mean? No.
We have a hadith that says if anything contradicts the Quran, don't take that hadith. So we don't claim. So us Shiites, we don't claim everything in our books is authentic 100%, or we should take from it.
Okay. But
Not like-
but
so we're
hold
not
on,
like
brother.
Sahih
Hold on.
Bukhari.
Hold on. But hold on. I have here multiple sources in your Shia books. Thank you for the donation, brother Zutt Akbar. Thank you so much. I have here multiple books. Look, brother. Look. Here is Mirat al-Uqul by Imam al-Majlisi. Al-Allama al-Majlisi. You know him, right?
Yeah. Okay. Before you bring in the sources,
Yeah.
can I tell you one thing?
Yeah.
So if you have
It's
all
not a
these
verse.
sources-
It's not a verse. It's a hadith.
No, I said sources. I didn't say verse.
No. Okay. Forgive me. Go ahead.
So if you have all these hadiths or all these evidences
Mhm.
in these books, and then you have one evidence that tells you if anything goes against the Quran, do not take from it. Do not take the hadith.
Okay. But can I show you at least the source?
I've seen a lot of the tahrif. I've seen a lot of them.
Oh,
You
you
can
see,
show me.
okay. Here's Mirat al-Aqul, volume 12, my friend. Page 525. Is this correct one? Let's see. I think it's the correct one. Look what it says. Can you read what it says on the screen at least, my friend? So that the people can get educated?
القرآن الذي جاء به جبرائيل عليه السلام إلى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم 17,000 آية.
Can you translate for us, please?
The Quran that came, the Quran that Jibril alayhi salam came with to the Prophet alayhi salam is 17,000 ayahs.
So according to this hadith, this is a Shia source, not a Sunni.
Yeah.
According to this hadith, the Quran, the original Quran that was given to Muhammad, how many verses it had?
17,000, but we don't take
17,000 ayahs, right?
We don't take from this hadith. This hadith is false.
Hadith is false? But
Yeah,
hold on. According to this Quran, if you open it and you count all the verses, how many verses are there?
And what Quran?
Quran of today.
I'm not sure. What's the exact number?
6,236.
Yeah.
So more than half of the Quran is missing. Isn't that tahrif?
But I told you, we don't take this hadith. It goes against the Quran.
How does it go against the Quran?
So if I have a Quran that's 6,000 ayahs, and I have a hadith telling me no, it came down as 17,000
But
ayahs.
the hadith is sahih.
And that goes against the Quran. And
But hold on, this hadith is authentic. The hadith is authentic, brother.
Hey, brother, let me finish talking, please. Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq alayhi salam told us if any hadith comes to you telling you about tahrif al-Quran or telling you anything that goes against the Quran, you do not take from that hadith. You don't follow the hadith.
Okay, so you are going to reject this hadith while it's authentic?
Yeah, I'm going to reject it because my Imam told me to.
So you're rejecting authentic hadith? Are you a 12er Shia? What are you exactly?
Yeah, 12.
12er Shia rejecting authentic hadith. Look, brother, here is the translation for the people who are. I already gave you the link. Again, here's the link one more time. So this is the web-based version, and I showed you the from the book itself as well. Look what it says. The Quran that Jibreel alayhi salam brought to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wasallam had 17,000 verses. But today's Quran is 6,200, let's see, 6,236 ayahs. That's today's Quran. So how many ayahs are missing? And the hadith, by the way, is not da'if. Look.
It's not about da'if or not da'if. I have
Brother,
my
it's
Imam telling me
muwathaq.
to reject it.
It's fully
My
authentic, reliable.
It's not about authentic or not authentic. My Imam is telling me to reject anything that goes against the Quran, so that's what I'm doing.
Anyway, so your Imam is your Imam rejects authentic sources. Okay, no problem. I'm happy that you're rejecting your own authentic sources. But what if I can show you that from the Quran itself it's corrupted? What will you do?
Okay, go on.
Okay. Go on, no problem. Surah Al-Fatiha. Is it part of the Quran?
Of course.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, let's see if it's part of the Quran. Let's open an ayah and let's see if it's part of the Quran.
The first ayah. It's first surah, sorry.
First surah. Okay. Look. Let's see if I can find the verse. Let's see. I'm going to prove to you that Surah Al-Fatiha.
It's literally number 1. It's the first.
Hold on. Read the ayah, please, from here on the screen. Chapter 15, Surah Al-Hijr, ayah 87. Read it.
ولقد أتيناك سبعا من المثاني والقرآن العظيم.
سبع من المثاني. Read it correctly, brother, please. Don't corrupt
I'm not
the Arabic. Yes, you are corrupting the Arabic, but read it correctly, please.
I'm not that good with Arabic. I'm trying, man.
Okay, now read English for me.
I've given you the 7 dual verses, Al-Fatiha and the Mighty Who. It's not.
What does it mean? What does that mean?
I don't know.
It says that Allah gave Muhammad, so this is in context to Muhammad. We is Allah, right?
Okay.
So Allah gave you, Muhammad, through Jibreel, 7 ayahs. And those are what? Al-Fatiha. And, you see the word and? Wa, and the Quran. So wait a second. Surah Al-Fatiha is not the Quran?
It says.
No, it says we gave you the Al-Fatiha and the Quran. So that means the Quran is not Al-Fatiha.
The Quran is not Al-Fatiha. Al-Fatiha is in the Quran.
Yeah. So what happens is, when you Muslims added Surah Al-Fatiha to the Quran, it became corrupted. Allahu Akbar. You Muslims corrupted the Quran when you added Al-Fatiha. And this is why, hold on, brother. This is why, according to the Sunni, I know you're Shia, but I'm not sure if it's in your sources. I don't think it's in your sources. This is why Ibn Mas'ud, one of the most famous companions, did not include Surah Al-Fatiha in his Mus'haf, in his Quran copy, because he believed that it wasn't part of the Quran at all. And this is the proof. So even Allah admits that Surah Al-Fatiha is not Quran, because it says, we have given you Al-Fatiha and the Quran. Wal-Quran al-Azim. Do you see it? So, look, again, here's the Arabic. The Arabic is very clear. وَلَقَدْ أَتَيْنَاكَ سَبْعًا مِنَ الْمَثَانِ, referring to Al-Fatiha, وَالْقُرْآنِ الْعَظِيمِ Al-Quran. So Al-Fatiha, Sab'a al-Mathani, are not the Quran. Boom, boom.
That's you taking. That's you.
No, it's clear.
Interpreting it in your own
Why
way.
did Allah say Al-Fatiha and the Quran?
No, but that's you. That's you interpreting.
What do you mean? I showed you an authentic source. Hold on. I showed you an authentic source. You threw it in the garbage. And the hadith is muwathaq. Very, very reliable. And I showed you that the original Quran was 17,000 verses. Today's Quran is only 6,236. So more than half of the Quran is missing.
I already explained that to you. Why are you going back to it?
Yeah, and I proved it from the Quran. What do you want more?
That's not tahrif. You're interpreting the Quran your own way.
It's not tahrif. Do you know anything about the Arabic language? Question.
I'm alright with it.
You're alright with it. Your prophet, was he a homosexual or not? I'm not trying to insult. Please don't insult me. I'm not trying to do that. But I'm asking you, did your prophet sleep with men or did he have wives? According to the Shia sources.
He had wives.
But what if I can show you that according to the Quran, Muhammad had husbands?
Had husbands?
Yes. According to Allah, Muhammad had husbands, not wives.
All right, go on, man.
All right. No problem. Beautiful. Look, here is my proof. If you know Arabic, you should catch it immediately. Look, chapter 33, ayah 32. Here is the tahrif right there. Ya nisa an-nabi. Let's read it together. If you know Arabic. Ya nisa an-nabi. Lastunna ka ahadan min an-nisa. Is this correct Arabic?
What do you mean correct Arabic?
Is this tahrif? Is there tahrif? Is there corruption in the ayah, yes or no?
Not that I can tell, no.
What do you mean no? That means you don't know Arabic.
What do you mean? Is there corruption in the ayah? What's corruption about?
Well, it's corrupted, my friend, because...
How?
Huh?
How?
Because it should say not Ya Nisa al-Nabi lastunna ka'ahadin min al-Nisa. It should say Ya Nisa al-Nabi lastunna ka'ihda al-Nisa. Corruption.
So where's the husband?
Well, Allah, what Allah is doing, if you claim that this is Allah, well, clearly this cannot be Allah, because if Allah was God, Allah would have not made grammar mistakes. We have a grammar mistake, brother. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not
Here is
fluent
the
in
explanation.
Arabic, so I can't argue.
But here's the explanation, brother. Allah should have said, Ya Nisa al-Nabi. Look at the screen, brother. I'm here. I'm now fixing the Quran, because the Quran contains a grammatical error. And if Allah is God, God should not make mistakes, right, brother? You agree, right? God cannot make mistakes. Sah? Right. Okay. But Allah made a mistake. He addressed the women as males. He used the male form of the word. He should have said, Ya Nisa al-Nabi, lastunna ka'ihda min al-Nisa. But he said, ka'ahadin. Ka'ihda.
I'm not fluent in Arabic.
An-Nisa.
I can't say that.
Even the word min should not be there. So let me fix it. Together with you. Let us do some fixing. Look. Let me take the red color. It should say, Ya Nisa al-Nabi. So let me actually do this. Save it. Let me save it. Oh. Look. This is correct. It should say, Ya Nisa al-Nabi. Let me make it now bigger. So the error. There's an error here. Ya Nisa al-Nabi lastunna ka'ihda nisa. So the word min is wrong. It should be completely removed. And the word ka'ahadin should be ka'ihda. So we have a grammar mistake, brother.
Okay, can I talk now?
Yes, go ahead.
Alright, so you came and made the claim that Prophet Muhammad had husbands and slept with men.
Yes.
And then you came and proved a grammatic error.
Yes, because of the grammar error, Allah is calling the wives of Muhammad, look, wives of the Prophet, He's calling them males. He's addressing them as males. That's why. So we can safely say, according to Allah, Muhammad didn't have wives, he had husbands.
No, you can't safely say that.
Well, yes, else you have to accept that Allah can make grammar mistakes, brother. How can Allah make grammar mistakes?
Of course he doesn't.
Well, what do you mean, of course? Okay, refute me then. Prove me
I'm
wrong.
not fluent in Arabic.
I'll give you here. Here's the mic. I'll mute myself.
Brother,
Talk.
I told you I'm not fluent in Arabic.
Well, is that my problem, brother? That you don't know anything about your Quran?
It's not your problem. It's not your problem. Don't know anything.
Let me
about
give you another example since you can't refute it. So let me continue. Let me show you another mistake in the Quran. This is, maybe we should call it a syntax error or call it whatever you want to call it. A logical problem. Look, here is another mistake in the Quran of Allah. In chapter 5, look, in chapter 5, let me go to chapter 5. Oh, was it chapter 5? No, chapter 19 actually. No, let me go to chapter 19, not 5, chapter 19. Ayah, if I'm not mistaken, it's Ayah 12? I think it should be Ayah 12. Or maybe 14, I can't remember, let's see. No, what was the correct ayah? Hold on, let me look it up. Was it chapter 19? Can't remember. Give me a second here, okay? I forgot the number of the ayah. So people cannot call me a liar, you know, sometimes. Here, chapter 19, ayah 18. So I was in the correct chapter, forgive me. Look, read Arabic for me. At least you can read Arabic, so I'm happy that you can read Arabic.
قالت إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك أن كنت تقيا.
إن كنت تقيا. Is this right to say that?
Yeah. قالت إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك إن كنت تقي.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake. Why is it a mistake?
What's the mistake?
It should be not taqiyya. It should be shaqiyya.
Shaqiyya.
Shaqiyya, yes. So the word should be shaqiyya.
Why should it be shaqiyya?
Because taqiyya doesn't make sense.
So what does taqiyya mean?
Shaqiyya means a bad person or evil person, a naughty person.
No, what does taqiyya mean?
Fearful, right?
No, I'm asking you. I don't know what
Okay,
it means.
so here we have Maryam. So listen please to what I have to say, and let's see if it sounds logical what I'm about to tell you, and why there's a mistake in the ayah. Here we have the angel talking to Maryam, صح? The angel supposedly, according to you Muslims, came to Maryam to tell her, I'm here to give you a holy son, صح? A pure holy son, meaning Isa, صح? I am the angel, I'm the messenger from your Lord, and I'm here to give you a pure boy.
Okay.
صح?
Yeah.
And so what does she say? I take refuge in the merciful from you. قالت إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك إن كنت تقيا. But it should be actually إن كنت شقيا. So the angels should say أنا لست تقيا أنا شقيا أنا لست شقيا. And you can say she cannot take refuge from the taqiyya.
What does taqiyya mean?
Fearful, صح? Taqiyya means fearful. It should be shaqiyya. In kunta shaqiyya, if you are evil. Look, brother, what I'm trying to tell you is this, brother. She's trying to seek refuge in the Rahman, in Allah, right?
Yeah.
When are you going to seek refuge in Allah? If something evil approaches you, if Shaitan approaches you, صح?
Sure, yeah.
So the correct way, it should have been shaqiyya. So where is the tahrif here? So here, brother, you see the ta, the letter ta here?
Yeah.
There's a dot missing. They forgot to add an extra dot. They forgot to add an extra dot. Look, if we compare the word taqiyya.
Okay, what does taqiyya mean?
Look, Habibi, look. Amri, inta, look, Asal.
I know what you're saying, but what does taqiyya mean?
No, for the audience, so that the audience can see it. The correct, if there was no tahrif, it should have said shaqiyya. Look at the extra dot. Just one tiny dot corrupted the ayah.
Sure,
so the angel would have said, أنا لست تقيا أنا لست شقيا.
So what does taqiyya mean, bro?
Fearful, brother.
Does not mean fearful.
Are you okay, bro?
What
does it say there? If you are fearful. You don't know Arabic. Clearly you don't know Arabic, ya habibi.
I'm not claiming the translation is correct. When did I claim that?
Pick any translation.
No, I'm not. I told you I'm not claiming the translation is correct. Quran's preserved in Arabic, so let's talk about the Arabic.
So it's not preserved. I just told you. You have to agree with me. It's not preserved because there is a mistake here with the scribes, brother. When they wrote the Quran and they added the dots, you know who added the dots, right? Brother, hold on. Who added? Hold on. Who did Ali command? Your Ali, Imam Ali.
Yes.
Who did he command to add the dots?
What do you mean? Who did he command to add the dots?
The Quran originally, did it have dots? Did it have vowels? No, it didn't. صح?
Okay.
You had something called the rasm. The rasm, the original Qurans, the old Qurans, they did have only the rasm, only the skeleton text. That's what we call in the Arabic ar-rasm. Without the dots, without the vowels on top, underneath. صح? Right?
Yeah, sure.
So when they added the dots, they corrupted. Instead, they should have added 3 dots. So they corrupted the Quran in this ayah in chapter 19, ayah 18. Chapter 19, ayah 18 is another mistake, another corruption.
Can I talk now? Are you done?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. So again, what does taqiyya mean? Do you know?
Fearful.
Okay, I told you it doesn't mean fearful.
Brother, go learn Arabic, please.
Search it up. What does taqiyya mean? Taqiyya doesn't mean fearful. Search it.
Which translation do you accept?
It's a
Give
Google
me
search.
any translation.
I'm
Any
talking to you about the
translation.
Arabic.
Any
I'm not talking
translation.
to you-
Any
I'm
translation.
Brother, I'm talking to you about the Arabic. Yeah. I'm not talking
So
to you
in
about-
kunta taqiyya, okay, tell me if it's not does not mean fearful. What does it mean? then?
taqiyya. What does taqiyya mean? Taqiyya,
What
the
شو
act of-
معنات يا أخي المسلم بالإنسانية؟ شو معنات? What does it mean إن كنت تقيا? Explain.
Okay.
Since according to you it doesn't mean fearful. What does it mean?
Okay, taqiyya. I searched taqiyya. The meaning of it.
Okay, what does it mean? Read the ayah and if you, according to you, which translation you want?
down.
Here, any translation. Maududi?
Calm down. I'm reading the meaning of it to you. Okay.
God
Taqiyya.
fearing, that's what it means. Fearful of Allah,
The act
fearful of God.
maintaining secrecy or mystifying one's beliefs when one's life is, or property is threatened. That's what taqiyya means.
So that means you are fearing Allah. انت شو معنات okay, let's see if you can answer this one. شو معنات اتق الله يا أخي? Do you now understand what it means? Fear Allah يا أخي.
Yeah.
You see, you don't even know Arabic, brother. Why are you here? See, do you not understand what means taqiyya? Fear Allah. Ittaqillah. In kunta taqiyya. Do you not understand what it means? Don't confuse it with the taqiyya that you as Shia are allowed to use. That's a different story. This is literally fear. Be fearful. Be God-fearing. That's what it means. You're not half-brain, right? You can use your brains, right?
Yeah.
So, brother, we have tahrif here. Because if this is truly an angel and he's from God, he should say, I'm not an evil person. أنا لست تقيا يا مريم. So here we have corruption. Because it doesn't make sense. This is illogical. She is trying to seek refuge from him in Allah. صح? Then why is she saying, if you are fearful, she should have said, in kunta shaqiyya, not taqiyya. So this is corruption here. Should be shaqiyya, not taqiyya. Because the angel, even the angel would said, wait. Ana lastu shaqiyya. Ya Maryam, I'm not an evil guy. I'm here to give you a holy, pure boy. So how should we read it correctly? We should read it correctly like this. Look, let me now correct Allah. Let me put it also in the YouTube chat as well. This is how it should be. So if I use paint, look, paint, and I look, let me now make it correct. This is how the ayah should be. Let me make it here with the green, with the correct way. Look. This is correct. Now I just corrected Allah. If I can correct Allah, that means I am better than Allah. I am more God than Allah. Look, let me make it as big as possible. There you go.
What's the ayah, bro?
Chapter 19, ayah 18. Look, guys, I'm now Allah. I am Allahu Akbar, because if I can fix Allah's Quran, that means I am more powerful than Allah. You should call me Allah now, because I just fixed the mistake of Allah. And I did it twice. I did it in chapter 33, ayah 32, in the previous one. Here, chapter 33, ayah 32, I fixed Allah too. Allah can be fixed, guys. Allah's Quran can be fixed by a Rob Christian. In this ayah, I fixed it. And here in chapter 19, let me type it out, chapter 19, ayah 18 too. I'm more powerful than Allah. And I'm more knowledgeable than Allah. Exactly. Thank you very much. Rob Akbar. Don't say Allahu Akbar. From now on, you Muslims say Rob Akbar. And God forbid, I'm not calling myself God. For God forbid. That would be other blasphemy. But at least I can say I am more powerful than Allah and Muhammad combined. I am more knowing than Allah and Muhammad combined.
You what?
Rob, I'm sorry for interrupting. How did you say that they should call you?
Rob Akbar.
Oh, Rob Akbar.
Yes. Because I just fixed Allah's Quran in 2 different places. And I can do this, by the way, brother, I can do this all day.
So yeah, you can.
I can do this all day. I can show you mistake after mistake after mistake. You want me to continue, brother? I can do that. Do you want me to show you more grammar mistakes? Let me show you another one. Look. Here is, for example, chapter 11, ayah 90. Chapter 11, Surah Al-Hud. Are you with me, brother? The Shia, brother, are you with me? Are you still here?
Your stream is on pause on TikTok.
That's why. Oh, forgive me, guys. Forgive me. Yeah, because of my battery is slowly dying. That's why. Forgive me. Is the Shia brother still here with us? Are you there, brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I hear his sound? Can you talk, brother? Forgive me. It was the battery acting up.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Are you still with us?
I'm with you.
Okay. Look, chapter 11, ayah 90 contains another mistake, another grammar mistake. Look. Read the Arabic for me, please, without the corruption.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم واستغفروا ربكم ثم
توبوا إليه إن ربي
رحيم ودود.
رحيم ودود. There's a mistake. Why is there a mistake, a grammar mistake? Because Allah is starting to talk in what? In the what? In the plural form. Rabbukum. And then suddenly he says Rabbi.
So?
It should be Rabbakum, not Rabbi. Because he's talking to a plural people, right? A group of people. And ask your Lord for forgiveness. These are a group of people. So Allah says to a group of people, ask your Lord, Allah, for forgiveness. Plural. Suddenly, he says, he continues in the singular form. It should not be Rabbi. It should be Rabbukum. Mistake. That means I am Akbar again than Allah. So let me use paint again, brother. Paint. Oh, let's make it red. I just fixed Allah. I just fixed Allah's Quran again. Look here. It should not be Rabbi. It should be Rabbukum or Rabbakum. So read it again correctly. Instead, Allah can, Allah, we should ask Allah and His illiterate Prophet to go back to school. Mistake after mistake after mistake.
Let me read the tafsir and I'll come back.
It's okay, brother. Thank you for being here. Have a nice day, my friend. I hope that he did not faint, guys, for all of these mistakes. I can do this. No, they did not take my life down. The battery, I didn't notice because I'm live for many hours. The battery of my phone is dying.
Oh yeah, because I noticed it happened before.
Yeah.
But I didn't say anything because it came back on.
Yeah, sometimes, I'm not looking always at the screen of my phone, so I forget. Guys, I can do this all day. I can show you mistake after mistake after mistake. Allah is making very unforgivable grammar mistakes. Because in the Arabic language, guys, you have plural form of words. You have even feminine forms of words, which Allah doesn't know the difference. For example, guys, let's see if we can show you another one. Let's see if we can show you another mistake. And Allah often makes this mistake, by the way, guys. Allah switching between the plural and singular form of the word, not knowing, for example, also feminine, plural, singular. He sometimes, as we showed you earlier, sometimes he calls women men. I mean, what is this? This is a book from God? How can this be a book from God?
At this point, you should start.
I should write a book.
No, you should literally do like a side channel, right? Where you teach Arabic.
Yeah.
so people could correct it.
Here is another one, bro. Look at this one, brother. Original Kafir. Look, chapter 3, ayah 59. The famous ayah that Muslims love to quote 24/7. When Allah wants to something to happen, He said, kun fayakun. Sah? You have heard it, guys. Even this ayah contains a grammar mistake. It should be kun fakan, not fayakun. Why? Because if you look at the translation, guys, everybody look at a screen, please. Everybody focus. The translation is correct. What Muslims do when they translate, they fix Allah's grammar mistake in the English translation. But the Arabic contains a mistake. So when you don't speak Arabic, you don't know Arabic, you're going to be deluded and deceived. The Arabic says, kun fayakun, be, so he will be. Mistake. It should be kun fakan. Be, and he was. So you see, guys, in the English translation, they are fixing it. Why they don't translate it like this? Be, so he will be. Now, guys, if I go, look, if I open the translation of my dear brother, Osama Dagduk. Osama Dagduk, where is your Quran translation? Let me show you that I'm not the only one saying to you that there is a mistake here. Let me open the Osama Dagduk translation, okay, called the Generous Quran.
Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah.
There's someone on TikTok that wanted to join you. His name is Ergben. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce that correctly.
Hold on, let me finish this first. Let's see if I can pull up. Hold on, hold your horses. Let's see why did I put the translation of Osama Dagduk? I have it somewhere on my computer though. Where did I put it? Do you have a link, brother? Do you have a link, brother Phil, for the Osama Dagduk translation? So I can show you that brother Osama Dagduk also agrees with me. I forgot what I put. I have it somewhere here. I downloaded it though once. I can't remember in which directory I put it. I'm literally, guys, drowning in materials, as you noticed. Where is the Osama Dagduk translation? Or maybe I can find it online. Let's see. Osama Dagduk, the Generous Quran translation. Here, look. I found it online. Guys, if you want to support the brother, please buy his translation from Amazon. You can buy it also with money. Here's the link. I see that Phil also provided it. So if we go to chapter 359, you'll see how he will translate it. Watch. Osama Dagduk, chapter 2. Where is chapter 3? Chapter 3. Hold on, Rob. Chapter 3, I have 59. 59. I have to go back. Look. Osama Dagduk. Look how he translated. Look. Be, so he will be. Do you see it? This is why we always say in Christian translation for the Quran will be more authentic than any lying, deceiving, conniving Muslim translation. Because Muslims are a bunch of liars and deceivers. I knew that Osama Dagduk would translate it correctly. Do you see it? Do you see it? Look, guys. If I go back to my translation, be, so he will be. So what Brother Osama Dagdog did, guys, in his English translation, he translated it with the grammar mistake. Guys, again, Brother Osama Dagdog, let me type it out so you can understand what's going on. Translated ayah 3, chapter 3, ayah 59, forgive me, with the grammar mistake in it. So he literally translated the mistake. But the Muslims are a bunch of liars, and they're correcting the grammar when they translated the English. They know that there is a grammar mistake. That's why they are fixing it in the English translation. Did you catch it? So we have a mistake. Why is it a mistake, guys? Because it's in the past. It's in the past. Be and he was. It's illogical to say be, so he will be, because you already created it. You see it? Exactly, Rance. You got it. Brother Osama Dagduk, in his famous translation called the Generous Quran, here's his translation again. He translated as it is. Yes. Kun fakan. No, Phil. Kun fakan. Grammar mistake. And we talked about 1918. So here I, Rob Christian, fixed Allah's mistake too. So I'm Akbar. So Brother Osama Dagduk and Rob Christian, we are Akbar, not Allah is Akbar. Guys, I think we did too much damage today, man. Too much damage today. Glory to Christ, man. What an amazing live stream again. Glory to Christ. And it was made possible by you guys, because without the audience, I'm talking only to air, right, guys? So thank you for being here. Admins on Discord, Brother Original Kafir, Brother Captain, Sister Dragon Daenerys, Phil Horeya, all of you, you know who you are. Sister Lydia, Juliet Abraham, all of you, great brothers and sisters. And of course, last not least, the audience, the subscribers, people who are sending us donations to keep the ministry alive. And if the Lord wills, we can go full-time in the future. If we can reach full-time ministry, that'll be awesome. If the Lord wants, of course. Thank you for being here, guys. I hope you took notes, a lot of notes today, to learn how to destroy this cult with knowledge. Because only knowledge, our only weapon is knowledge against this demonic cult of Satan that contains also a lot of man-made mistakes as well. Grammatical mistakes, spelling mistakes, scientific mistakes, historical mistakes, and the list goes on and on and on. God bless you guys. Stay away from the rhythm prophet and his man-made cult. And like always, every knee will bow, every tongue will confess that Jesus is Lord and Muhammad is a fraud. God bless you. See you very soon in a new live show. I love you. God bless. Backup channel, please subscribe. Did you subscribe, guys?